Hi. Hi, Jen. How are you tonight?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you? I'm
I'm
so
doing
sorry.
so good. I'm so glad that you're here to DM for us here on Girls Run These Worlds on our very second of 16 holiday one-shots. I'm so glad that all of our viewers are here to join us on Girls Run These Worlds for the second of our 16 holiday one-shots. Jen, what are you going to be DMing tonight?
So, on the second of our 16 holiday one-shots, say that 5 times fast, I'm going to be running what's the word? An Eberron campaign in the system of 5e. Eberron is my very favorite setting. It is my baby, written by the wonderful and talented Keith Baker, who I got to meet at PAX. Oh my goodness. As far as my players go, we're going to go ahead and go around the table, introduce ourselves, and then jump right in after a couple quick content warnings. Let's go ahead and go in the order that I see up on the Zoom. So let's go ahead and start with Sarah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah. I wasn't expecting to go first. My name is Sarah. I am one of the founders and council members. I'm the CEO here at Girls Run These Worlds. You can find me. This is my first time ever playing anything on Girls Run These Worlds. I was a DM earlier this morning for the first of our 16 holiday one-shots, but now it's my first time playing on Girls Run These Worlds, and I'm super excited about this. You can also find me this Sunday wrapping up season 2 of Phandalin by Night over on Vancouver by Night, and soon in an Expanse RPG that we can't really talk too much about with somebody else at this table that I'm super excited about. And then after that, season 3 of Phandalin by Night and season 2 of Lord of the Rings Rangers of the North. I'm playing Petunia Pickle Bottom, I think. Peel Bottom. I'm playing Petunia Peel Bottom, a little stout halfling cleric.
All right, let's go ahead and kick it over from Petunia to Zev. Tell us about
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. I'll be playing Halvir, the Eldritch Knight. I am a guest here for these charity games. You can find me a couple of places, mostly on Twitter. But next month, as the storyteller on a as yet unnamed and not to be further discussed Expanse campaign, where I will be running the table.
Beautiful. And going from our illustrious mystery friend, let's go ahead and talk to Anna.
Oh, that's me. Hey, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, TTRPG streamer, and podcaster, an associate producer for Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast. I'm also part of the production team here, Girls Run These Worlds. And tonight I am playing Ellison Enfield, who is part of Team Eladrin. But she is from the Skyway. Her family is, you could say they're rich. But she's a rogue, a dancer, with the mechanically a swashbuckler.
Beautiful. And last but not least, another new face, Julie.
My God, Anna was so prepared. That was such a beautiful spread.
She always is.
Well, I have some things both in common with Sarah and Zev tonight, in that this is my first game as a player on Girls Run These Worlds. I am a guest. This is my first time playing or doing any game on Girls Run These Worlds, which is so exciting. So happy to be included. Julie CL on most social media, JULICIEL, or a capital I on Twitter. I am a TTRPG Twitch affiliate streamer. I'm a bit nomadic, where I guest and run games, mostly working with a lovely growing channel called Roll D5 now. And I'm also the co-creator of an award-winning audio series. And today I'm going to be playing Lahar Sunstone, a human ranger, and I'm going to describe them as if Tracer was Batman, or if Batman was Tracer, I suppose also works. Our edgy, angsty little archer person of the party.
Beautiful. Well, that is our party. A quick, brief content warning. Overall, this is a fairly average content. The main things are being 5e, chances are extremely high we're going to get into some combat. As far as a little bit more out there stuff, if extreme cold, frostiness is not your thing, you may want to look at stepping out for our final battle. However, other than that, it'll be your standard typical fantasy stuff. If you really don't like sewers, maybe not. But, you know, if you find sewage fun, you're in the right place. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start with a little bit of background because I know Eberron is not necessarily the most common setting in the world. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit. The city that we are going to be starting in is called Sharn. Situated on the southwestern corner of the continent of Corvair on the planet of Eberron, the city of Sharn boasts the greatest population in Corvair at well over 500,000 people. During the last war, which ended about 2 years ago, a conflict that ravaged the continent and saw the destruction of one of the 5 nations. During all of this, House Kenneth, one of the larger influences in the realm, created the Warforged and the Creation Forges whence they came, including one that lies in the bowels of Sharn, the City of Towers. When the last war was over, when the treaty was signed to end that war, these forges were decommissioned. There are no forges in Ba Sing Se. Since then, one would think that the only Warforged that walk the lands today are the ones that came to be during the last war. Because, of course, again, there are no new Warforged. How would there be? The forges have been decommissioned. So, why
they have
now?
been decommissioned, right?
Look, all I'm saying is that according to public record, they gone.
Well, if it's according to public record, Petunia has no more questions. We rest, Your Honor.
Exactly.
All of your
However,
concerns.
one thing
Likewise.
that may give Petunia some pause as to her confidence may be the fact that there are now reports of mysterious Warforged being sighted in the streets of Sharn. Not Warforged that are known. And even stranger, these sightings always seem to include a little bit of a chill. These are not typical Warforged. You know, an unseasonably cold breeze here, a weirdly iced over patch in the middle of the autumn there. What's going on? You 4 have been commissioned by an anonymous entity whom you only know as the client with a capital T and a capital C because that's how it be in fantasy. This client has requested that you look into reports of these sightings, find out what you can, and ideally before this mysterious upcropping of these new Warforged, Coldforged, yes, Warforged becomes a public crisis, deal with it. You all have been commissioned to essentially, I know I promised you all you're not going to meet in a tavern. You're not going to meet in a tavern. You all have been commissioned to gather in the town square about midday, about lunchtime. And you were promised that you would be met by a contact of the client to give you a little bit of guidance as far, no tavern for you, as far as where to start. So let's go ahead and figure out what you all are doing in the morning leading up to this meeting with people whom you may or may not already know. So let's go ahead and go in reverse order. Lahar, what are you up to this morning?
Lahar is doing what they do most mornings and probably waking up in an alcove somewhere. Lahar doesn't like to stay in one place for very long on account of just how many people they're worried might be after them. They stand at about 6'2", brown skin, black hair that looks a little bit purple in the right lighting, and one of the more noticeable features on them are bright blue tattoos running down their arms, if you're able to see it underneath any winter garments they might be wearing. And something that is very difficult to notice, but Lahar never forgets, is that occasionally their shadow flickers as if there's a dim candle, even in still light. So Lahar probably wakes up in an alcove, pulls their furry hood over their head, straps their mechanical bow folded up to their back just in case things go south, dodges the cat that is thrown over the screen, and makes their way very quietly to the meeting place with these new strangers.
And it's funny because you're very used to kind of sticking to the shadows, staying out of sight. Most of the contracts that you get are meet me at this alleyway. This one's just straight up meet me at the giant fountain. And Ellison, you're just kind of, you're minding your own business. You are, enjoying the sunlight. And you just see this person who looks conspicuously conspicuous, if that makes sense. Just looks like they just don't necessarily want to be seen, but here they are strutting across the town square. And they seem to be making their way toward the same fountain that you are.
I'll take note of them. Ellison is a winter eladrin, so fair skin, freckles, gold eyes, long curly silver hair, filled with red poinsettias, kind of silver top, leather corset dyed red, and very flowy layered skirts in various shades of red. There's a lot of flow, a lot of movement to how she exists in the world. As she's approaching the fountain, I'm eating some pastries. I felt a little adventurous today, so instead of picking up breakfast in the Skyway, I picked it up in the middle city. Was taking a chance on trying some cheaper food. So I don't know this person. I see. I peg them as an adventurer. They look like other adventurers I've seen. So I'll take a seat near the fountain, just observe them and see if anyone else comes along.
All right. And as you are sitting and observing, Halvir, with whatever you are up to this morning, feel free to elaborate. You notice a couple of people starting to kind of gravitate around this fountain that you're supposed to meet at.
So, being a summer eladrin and therefore stuck in kind of the Energizer Bunny go 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 mode of the culture, woke up well before the sun came up, and has got to the fountain well before the sun came up, realized he was way too fucking early,
By 7 hours.
And decided to go and find something to eat. Not taking into account the fact that mortals don't tend to serve breakfast at 3 a.m. Wandered around, ended up somewhere way down in the lower levels of the city, ate something for breakfast when he found it that definitely didn't taste very good, but it was new and he'd never eaten it before, so yay. Was violently sick behind in an alley, not so yay, and is now returning to the fountain, trying to drink away the taste of whatever he ate for breakfast, and then throw up with the contents of a water skin that's not water anymore. He filled it from the last place he stayed, and it tastes like 3-week-old beer, which is basically what it is. He's wearing heavy armor, but that is black as opposed to his vibrantly gold skin and hair, and he doesn't seem to really notice the weight of his armor as he just comes striding in, is just, aha, people. Energizer Bunny walk right towards them like, yes, people, let's go.
And as you kind of like very confidently stride through the crowd, like making an absolute beeline for this fountain, You brush past. You're a little busy. You've got a lot of armor. You've got a lot going on. You almost you kind of brush past. You almost bump into a halfling off to the side. There's definitely a stout pun to be made here. But Petunia, you see people starting to congregate around the fountain. One's sitting on the fountain. One's just making a straight beeline for it, almost knocked you off your feet. And one just seems to be uncomfortable at the mortifying ordeal of being perceived. But you do know that you are scheduled to meet the client, and from what you understand, 3 others at his fountain. And you may do with that what you will.
Well, y'all, Petunia this morning, when she woke up, she got right to work, y'all, because she is she's a nature cleric, right? And her whole purpose of being here in this very beautiful city is so much bigger than where I grew up, y'all. But anyway, where she meant to be here because she really loves playing with fire, right? And there's so many blacksmiths here. And so she's got like this leather armor on, right? Like where a blacksmith would wear. And so she goes around every morning and she gets to light fires and get paid for it. She goes and lights these fires for all these blacksmiths, getting their furnaces all stoked up, and she can even light all kinds of things, tavern inns. She done that a few times. I mean fire truly is the answer to all of life's problems, really. And so she's quite excited to get to learn some new people's faces and to meet some new friends that just haven't been made yet. So she she's a little bit, everybody's got their own agenda. And so if this fella is just feeling so confident and feeling so right about, doing this job, then that's a person that she would like to meet. So she just follows around in his wake. She's real good at being sneaky and hiding behind some people. And so she just goes and follows right behind him. And as he arrives at the fountain, she just pops right out and she's like, "Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, y'all. I have some treats. I don't know if you like, I love food." And she just opens a bag of colding that she has that just has like a bunch of I'll be honest with you, it's all Thanksgiving themed. So wrong holiday, I know, but it is what it is. And so there's turkey drumsticks. She kind of looks through. There's some cornbread muffins, some cranberry. It's a little bit jelly, but that's how it's supposed to be. It's fine. And there is some green bean casserole. It does come in like little cups, with like bamboo disposable. They're pretty good compostable spoons that you could try. I don't know if anybody wants some, but that's Petunia.
A long-fingered hand just reaches out and grabs a drumstick, and he immediately just starts eating it.
Now, that ain't no ordinary drumstick. That is seasoned with 6 different seasonings, and it is from the Butterball Ranch, so it's got extra fat injected into it. It's really the best Thanksgiving turkey any kind of turkey, really, that you've ever had.
You hear a very loud clearing of a throat. And you kind of like look up from your lovely, lovely turkey leg to see a beautifully woven like dinner napkin held in front of you by a gloved hand. And out of nowhere, this cloaked figure looks like the absolute most average person you've ever seen, holding out a beautifully woven, beautifully crafted dinner napkin. You're going to want this, I believe.
That is seeming very likely. Thank you so much. I am guessing you won't be wanting this back, no?
Kind of like, they kind of like look at it, they look at you, they look at the food. Call it a gift.
Wonderful. I love gifts. Everyone's so friendly on this mortal plane. It's really quite lovely.
I think right as Halvir is talking about how friendly everyone is, about 3 feet away, Lahar has their hands folded, and they're tall. They're like just a little over 6 feet, hood up. So they are noticeable. So they kind of like sit down at the edge of the fountain to like shrink themselves a little bit more naturally. They kind of heave their shoulders and sigh and think to themselves, well, whoever I'm working with, surely it isn't those loud people over there. I will just wait for my new allies to show up calmly.
And that's when Petunia just kind of turns, and she's real good at reading people. You had to be kind of growing up in a little bit the sticks. You just never knew if a traveler was coming through and if they were trustworthy or not. Although us stout folk like to trust most everybody. Anyway, she'd like to just roll and see if she can get an insight check for anybody who's looking for the rest of their party that they're missing.
Go for it.
First roll. Don't fuck this up. Oof.
Yeah, right.
Natural 1. Let's go.
It wasn't a 1. It wasn't a 1.
Was it a
2? It wasn't a 2 either. Yeah, it's a 14. It's okay.
All right. So the vibes that you're getting, Ellison, where are you right now?
I was sitting near the fountain, so I was pretty visible. So if everyone else was looking for adventures, they probably would have seen me. So I'm guessing I'm nearby. Seeing this fancy dinner napkin, do I recognize this person?
You can go ahead and make a history check. Petunia. Oh, yikes. Oh, and ouch. So with your check, Petunia, you can tell that this edgy grumpus seems to be looking for someone or waiting for someone. You cannot for certain determine, yes, these must be us. However, your suspicions are somewhat confirmed when this mysterious figure just goes, "We are looking for a bright one and a dark one." They turn and they're like, "Yeah, probably."
Do we hear that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. My head turns, process the group that lays before me, sighs again, stands up, walks over, walks near the individual with the gloved hand, makes eye contact with the ground past them as if pretending not to speak directly to them, and says, "So are we learning about our mission out here in the open?"
We are. That also depends on what Ellison rolled on her history check.
16.
16. Okay. You do not recognize anything about this person. However, they do appear to be clothed specifically in nondescript clothing. So while you cannot identify this person, it is fairly easy for you to kind of surmise that if they are dressing this generically, they probably would be recognized in most anything else. Can't tell who, but this is definitely someone who does not want their face out in the open, dealing with whatever it is they're dealing with.
Gotcha. I will make a mental note of their face and kind of hop up and also step over to the group. Good morning.
Another of the fair folk. Arms spread in greeting, one hand holding a turkey drumstick, the other hand holding a fancy dinner napkin.
Yes, wonderful to see you.
Are y'all two related? Would you like a turkey leg too? If he likes one, maybe turkey leg?
Thank you. I stopped for baked goods on the way. I'm quite fine.
And we are not related.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
Completely different aspects. Nothing against winter. I've worn that face more than once myself. Doesn't feel like the time for it, though.
It's more of a personal thing, I think.
You hear like a quiet snort come from the this mysterious generic figure. Was that a winter joke?
If I can't poke a little fun at my cousins, what am I supposed to do with eternity?
So you are related.
That's Jinx, sir. Jinx. I say Jinx on you.
Distantly.
He heaves a big
Seely
sigh
and unseely.
and hands you a napkin.
And she's gonna fold it very, very gently and tuck it into like the leather pouch that she had. You're released from your jinx, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's real beautiful, fine craftsmanship. Thank you.
Halvia's going to offer this very stout, friendly person his skin to drink from as kind of a thank you.
Jen, did you heard that too?
Yeah.
All I heard, Zev, was you say you're gonna offer your
Shut
skin.
up!
And I was
It's a
like,
water
what the hell?
skin. It's
What is going on?
Don't make me smack you with
Sorry.
the book. Where's
Sorry.
my book?
Petunia, go ahead and make me a perception check with advantage.
3-week-old beer does not smell that. It smells
Hey, holy shit, that was super low. The higher one was 10.
Oh no.
Well, on the bright side, you specialize in things like hospitality. So even you can smell that this may or may not give you some sort of food poisoning.
Just set it aside, not having anything to do with it.
Now,
Can
do
I
the
have
four
it
of you
back
know
then?
each other? No. No, I need you all at your best for this, and by the smell of that.
It's not good.
We do not know each other. To answer your question,
Hi,
this will be
No.
the first time we're working
I'm
together.
Petunia. Petunia, everybody. Petunia. She's gonna hold out her hand for everybody to shake if they want to.
Halvia shakes her hand.
Lahar, hands in pockets, nods and says, "Lahar."
Lahar.
Ellison.
Ellison.
Halvia.
Halvir. And pronouns? What's everybody's pronouns?
He, him.
They.
Thank you. They.
She, her.
I'm she, her too. We're almost like sister. Not related like y'all two are, but you know, close enough. All right.
We're not related.
So, you are to be our employer in this job?
After a long pause, this person replies, "Yes, you will forgive me if I don't give you my name, but he, they."
Thank you, sir.
Now, lunch aside, thank you to Miss Petunia. What do the four of you know of these sightings that have been occurring?
Lahar leans in of the Warforged that are supposedly no longer able to be constructed.
The forges were shut down.
Yes, I am intrigued by those sightings, especially given that fact.
Curious, isn't it? Which is why the four of you are going to need to figure out what is going on. I said they were shut down, not that they were destroyed.
So it sounds like an incomplete job.
Complete or incomplete, something is going on, and we need you to find out what it is.
Just find out or stop it.
Yes.
If we stop it, do we get paid more?
If you stop it, you also stop what will soon turn into a public crisis. Yes. You will get paid more.
There we go.
And
So-
sorry, go ahead, sis.
So, you don't think these are new forges? These should be where the other ones were always located.
That's the question, isn't it? This group was put together for the combination of your skills. One of you works in fire. And when we have an enemy that works in ice, well, it seems only natural. Another of you seems to, at least at the moment, tend toward the chillier aspects of the planes, kind of inclines their head at Ellison. Another has training in a bit more versatile bits of the elements, kind of inclines at Halvir. And one of you specializes quite a bit in getting around perhaps places they shouldn't.
Sounds like you've assembled a decent team. I'm impressed.
I do my job well. Now it's your turn.
So I've noticed that of all these skills that you've listed, I don't know how many of us are geared towards reconnaissance and espionage. I'm very happy if we have any leads to start infiltrating places, but I don't know if we're trying to lure one of these sightings out into the open and follow it back.
Well, up until now, we have not detected any sort of pattern in these appearances. However, we are trained, well, me and mine are trained in very specific kinds of reconnaissance and very specific kinds of information gathering within certain confines. What you can do that we cannot is talk to witnesses. We can talk to witnesses, of course, but there are certain aspects of our presentation that tend to make the people clam up. Being talked to by one of their own, though, they may be willing to loosen their lips a little. So, what you need to do, the last sighting was in the middle city, where we are now. I want to say 5 or 6 blocks to the east. You'll know it by, well, you'll know it. Find out what happened. Talk to them. See if anyone else saw anything. Gather your information. My sources tell me that there are those amongst you that are able to, how should we put it? Able to deal with things that may be of an extraplanar nature.
At that mention, Lahar, who's already an incredibly tense person, maybe that's how they managed to stay warm in the sleeveless top, just seems to tense even more.
Is there anything else the 4 of you need from me before I send you off to your job?
No time to begin like the present, I say.
Who are you with?
Now that information, let's just say I'm paying you, not the other way around.
Works for me.
Very well. My arrow can be aimed both ways if needed. Let's go.
Please.
Lahar almost trips over Petunia because she has clocked the flickering shadow, and she is down on her hands and knees, producing flame as a cantrip in her hand to try and force the shadow to either stay or go. She's very concerned by the whole thing. And she is not paying attention. Full ADHD, way too many people talking. But she is like prone in front of you. Lahar.
And this is a very jarring moment for Lahar, who really had the cool composure walk away ready, and then tumbles and like lanky, like falls, tumbles, like turns back, like glaring at Petunia. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know that anybody's told you. Maybe you've never noticed. I'm sorry. You know what? This is maybe one of them things that people like your kind don't really like to speak about out loud. Do you know that your shadow just goes away sometimes?
Yes, it's a very rare affliction, and I'm very angry at the people who did it to me. I don't have a way to make it go away.
No, I was trying to with my flame. She produces flame. I was trying to with my flame, and I can't get it to stick. I'm gonna do some research because I might be able to help you with this.
Sure, I will tell you it has to do with me, not the light being cast on me.
Really? Now
That's right.
That's interesting. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about it. Sorry that I tricked you.
Javier's just gonna lean over to the client, and he's very tall, so it's a little bit of a lean, and just murmurs, "I am not knowing if you want to pay someone who threatened you. If you look for someone else to put that money, I could, use a little extra."
You see the client just kind of slowly turn their head to look at you. And it's funny, they're very clearly waiting for something. And you don't realize what they're waiting for until you blink. And they're gone. With the tiniest.
Now that is a good trick, and will reclaim my water skin full of 3-week-old beer and start drinking it again as I start walking in the direction.
I really don't think you should drink that.
Full agree, 100%.
It's been good for the. Yeah. Anyway, it helps clean out my mouth after breakfast. Breakfast was not very good.
Turkey legs are good, she says as she skips away behind Lahar.
Lahar, you are being trailed by a very peppy halfling.
As we start to exit the square, Lahar very quickly turns around. Hold on. We are the most conspicuous group of people possible. We are clearly assembled from different backgrounds, all walking in the same direction, armed, points to Halvir, very much decked out in armor. I'm going to start making my way a little bit more vertical. We are still continuing to the same location.
Making my way.
Got it? Cool. Hey. Inconspicuous. Lahar jumps up, parkours onto a ledge, and is going to try moving in the shadows on the first floor up of buildings. If you need me to roll athletics to do so, or acrobatics, I'm very happy to.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics for flavor, and then stealth for stealth.
Absolutely.
Are we in just a square of people, and there's just people everywhere?
Yeah, it is very crowded. It's the middle of the day. And actually, go ahead, Petunia, make me a perception check.
And I'll tell you the results of my rolls. The acrobatics was a natural 20 for a 28. So very easily pick off a wall, land. Stealth was a little bit lower at a 16.
Okay.
My perception was a 24.
Okay.
And I just want to, as Lahar just does the coolest shit, she's just going to turn to whomever is near and be like, "Did you all just see that? I work with that guy.
Stop pointing at me. Will you stop pointing at where I'm just trying to hide?
Sorry.
I'm trying to hide. That's the whole point of this."
They talk about being inconspicuous and then run up the side of a building. I mean, it's not that difficult, but it's very visible.
He's real touchy about his shadow too. Don't bring that up to him, okay? Just saying that, okay.
So as Petunia kind of points, people start to turn and look. But unfortunately, Lahar, you, between your gorgeous acrobatics check, without an acrobatics that good, you may have gotten yourself sighted. But because of how nimbly and how well you're able to manipulate, this parkour nonsense, by the time they look, you're already gone.
So cool.
And Petunia, you swear you hear, kind of tickling your ear, just the whisper, "The best place to hide is in plain sight."
That makes total sense to me. I mean, I totally agree. She's just gonna say it out loud. I totally agree with that. That makes 100%. That's what I've always said. And she's just gonna stout halfling nimbleness, kind of weave between people and kind of just disappear into the crowd, heading off in the way they're supposed to go.
I was gonna
Who are
try
you
and pick her
talking to?
up. I was gonna try and pick up
No,
the
she
halfling, just
just
be like on my shoulder.
she's gone. No backpack for her. She good.
Yeah, Javier and Ellison, like Lahara's gone off and fucked right off. But Petunia was there, and then like a few seconds later, you caught her like weaving like between the legs of other people, and the two of you are left kind of like standing in the middle of a very crowded, busy street.
I'll
Just
glance
like-
at Oliver.
No, go ahead.
Well, people here seem to think that we're related regardless, so I guess it's not too strange to see the two of us together.
No. What is it with these mortals? Always in such a hurry. Go, 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 go. You'd think they're going to drop dead any minute, but most of them don't.
Our
And
lives are
people
pretty
say-
short.
I know. It's like this. Like this. In the time I've been here, I have seen generations. It is fascinating. I never get tired of it. They are born and they're tiny and swelling. I close my eyes for a minute. I open them. They're grown up, and then I blink again and they're dead. Oh well. At least it's
Oh.
never boring.
There are plenty of families like us in the city if you wish to mingle among those who live a bit longer.
But they're here in the city. Sedentary. You're going to become part of the bed of the mountain if you don't move a little. Coming back to a
say
place is one thing, but I get so bored if I'm not fighting and living and moving.
I can understand where you're coming from. I've spent much of my life in the Skyway, and it's become quite tedious.
In the Skyway, in this aspect, you should try wearing this face. People love this face.
People seem fond of, well, it's more my family and what I
Exactly,
do
it's
for
the
them.
family. They don't see you. I know what it's like to not be seen for who you are, to only be seen for your family. But come on, speaking of mortals, those two are going to get themselves killed by old age before we catch up with them. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I don't need that on my conscience.
That's why it's easier not to have one.
I'm just gonna stay quiet at that as we quickly walk through the crowd.
And with that, perception checks all around, please. I will also accept nature if one so chooses.
Perception 19. 13 plus 6.
Perception 9.
27.
Well, being a nature cleric, my nature plus is 0. So that's a 3.
So the quiet ones are paying attention.
Okay. Well, Halvir and Petunia, the two of you are. Petunia, you can't get those shadows out of your head. You're trying to think about like, how can I make that flickering go away? Halvir, you are finding yourself pondering like the ephemeral mortality of these teeny little fragile little humans.
Or distracted by a pretty mortal. Who knows?
Yeah, that too. Meanwhile, Ellison and Lahara, you two get kind of have two different angles on this street. Ellison, you can kind of see as you are heading east through these streets. You notice that the crowd seems to thin as you progress. And after a while, you get to a place where the crowd is actually quite thin, and you can see up ahead of you, the crowd begins to thicken again. Like, you know, it goes from like 1 C to like 4 Cs again, you know? And Ellison, that's kind of like most of Lahar, that's kind of most of what you notice from above is you can see that thinning of the crowd, that little bit of like a deconcentration, so to speak. Ellison, from the slightly less elevated perspective, you can feel a very faint chill in the air as you start to approach, kind of like that thinning of the crowd that Lahar noticed. And after about a minute, the chill begins to fade as you enter what Lahar noticed to be the re-thickening, so to speak.
We've entered the thickening. We're into the thick of it.
I think I'll slow down at that. We may have passed what we're looking for.
Have we? Just turns fully around. It's like
You almost like beam someone in the face with your shield.
don't have a shield, just the glaive.
With your glaive.
Even worse.
I look around for a halfling friend.
Petunia, how obvious are you about clueless and meandering? Very obvious.
And she's like
You follow
trying
the
to clock, and every time she gets to like an intersection in between two houses, she's gonna look up to see if she can see anybody jumping over between the roots, and she's like, "Are you up there? Are you up there? Damn, he's real good. That's just so impressive."
Petunia.
Lahar, you do see like this adorable little halfling just kind of like every now and then, like 2 streets away from you too, just being like, "Are you up there?"
Lahar is mostly ignoring it until we get to the point where it seems like we've passed what we needed to go to. At which point, Lahar will slide down a pipe and walk right up to Petunia, perhaps from behind or from the side, and just say, "Hey, I think something's wrong."
Well, that was unexpected because you definitely thought that they were like, in front of you. And suddenly they're behind you whispering in your ear.
Something is wrong.
That shit, my pants are wrong. You gotta give people warning. Damn, that's not nice. Anyway, what's wrong?
I gave you warning by talking.
Well, I mean, you could like
If I
politely
tapped
cleared
you,
your throat.
If I tapped you on the shoulder, perhaps you might think someone was attempting to kidnap you, so I spoke to you instead.
Just because I'm short doesn't mean I can get kidnapped. That's a little bit. I will leave it alone. Listen, where are they?
Lahar probably doesn't point, indicates with their head towards where Ellison probably noticed things were going wrong. We are already in the vicinity. I don't know if you've picked up on the unnatural chill in the air, but whatever we're looking for, we are close.
Excellent. Well, we should go over there. Hey, you guys, we're over here. We'll come to you.
I just kind of turn and look.
The 2 of you lock eyes from like across the street.
Julie, I am just so sorry. I just me, the player, needs to apologize that I am going to steal all of your cool, and I am so sorry.
Please do. I love this.
We've got the dark and edgy, and then the nope, you don't get that.
Oh no, there's absolutely like a storm cloud over Lahar's face right now in all of these moments. Definitely like anime blue lines.
Petunia's just like
Petunia with a rainbow being like aggressively shoving the rainbow.
yes.
But yes, you the 2 groups kind of like meet eyes across the street. As you seem to have found a concentration of chilliness in the air.
What buildings are around us?
They appear to be mostly just residential.
Is there a place where the chill is most intense?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Oh
no. Given y'all's perception checks, Halvir, even if you and Petunia can't overtly feel it, you can kind of use Ellison and Lahar's kind of like points of focus to isolate.
Just pick up Ellison and start waving her around until she's like, cold, it's cold here.
Perfect. You're able to isolate. It's actually like right in the middle of a street. It's a relatively residential area. There are, I want to say, 2 or 3 houses relatively close by. You kind of like pass over them. And right over the storm drain, you actually feel a slight chill.
Well, this seems logical and is going to, without a moment's hesitation, look around at the rest of the group, be like, hope you're wearing your good boots. Reach down, grab the storm drain, and just yank it out of the ground.
You're not suggesting we go down in the sewers, are you?
Do we get to go down into the sewers? I've never been there. That's real cool.
Everyone starts somewhere. Come on, Winter. Get your feet dirty. Live a little.
Do you know how expensive these boots are?
Looks down at his own boots, which are travel stained, scuffed. Were probably of good quality leather at some point, but they are worn. They need to live a little. Get a little dirt in your souls. Come on. And will, without waiting to see how
Go ahead and give me a
Ellison
strength
responds, just
check.
hops down. Okay.
Come on, give me a strength check.
I'm
Everyone or
nominally
just
good at this.
Just Halvir, because
Oh, come on! That's a 10.
Can we say that Halvir totally biffs it because yet again Petunia trips somebody up because as soon as he says that his boots are ruined, she's gonna bend down and cast mending cantrip and just spend some time making them look nice. Listen, now
So-
I don't know if your daddy taught you, but you need to take care of these. If you're good to your feet will be good to you. Now this is basics, and you know this. There's not much that gets me right riled up, but this is unconscionable, especially
trying
because
to-
this is just so
interrupted
easy.
by a steel boot that kind of like, which is essentially the city guard tripping over you, and you hear just cursing as effectively the equivalent of the cha-cha slide in full plate armor happens as this guy comes crashing to the ground.
Oh,
Kind
well,
of like
someone had better help
stumbles
this
to his
mortal to his feet.
Just kind of like grumbling, kind of like clocks the four of you, clocks you, Petunia, and like for a second it seems like he's going to like be cranky about it, and then he kind of sees it and he's like, and then it kind of looks at you, Halvir. What are you doing with our storm drain?
Felt the chill. Wanted to see where it came from.
Probably the sewers. Is there something you needed? Or are you a city inspector?
Adventurer. Traveler. Wanderer. Problem solver.
You want to wander in our sewers?
Doesn't hurt anybody.
I can't have people wandering in our sewers. I'm sorry.
But I'm not just people.
1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Well, it would only really be 3 of us because that one is scared to get her shoes dirty.
I roll my eyes. I'll step forward. I think I kind of push my hair back and I'm wearing a necklace that has my family crest on it. Is this really an issue?
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Let's go.
Also, thank you, Tav. I am a word artist. It's true.
With advantage, that's a natural 20 for 30.
This guard kind of looks at you, glances around. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was family business. Just see that everything is left as you found it, unless there's something wrong, in which case, please fix it. And my drink is all the way over there. I don't want to go and get it. I'll go and get it after break.
Hydration failed.
And he kind of like, certainly, just be careful. Kind of like gives you like an awkward like half bow and like brushes off his fancy ass Sharn cloak and scuttles away.
All right, as he's turning, like, of course. Thank you for your assistance. Have lunch on me. And I'll pass him a small coin purse. There's like 50 platinum in it.
And like, and kind of like politely thanks you and turns away, and then you hear him like basically choke on his words just like that as he kind of like walks away. Unfortunately, by the time you can like get a glimpse of his absolutely bewildered face. He's been swallowed up by the crowd. But you have been left to your devices.
I turn back to Halvar. I am not afraid of getting my boots wet. They are just expensive, but I can replace them. Let's go.
Okay.
Lahar raises an eyebrow at Ellison. Your nobility.
Of a sort.
I won't ask questions if you're not willing to share. And then Lahar will just practically like pencil dive down the sewers before like grabbing onto whatever ladder there might be before sliding. I can make survival if you want. Otherwise, I'm just taking the lead.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you make a check for this. Just because you're just going down there for now.
Cool.
So the sewers are actually like wide enough for a couple of you to walk abreast. A titty, if you will. And you will today.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
So are you leaving the sewer open? Are you closing it behind you? Are you asking it nicely to stay put?
Javier will pull the grate back into place.
All right. Which leaves you in the sewers of Sharn, which, as you might imagine, housing 500,000 people, not the most pleasant smelling of places. What's up?
I'm so sorry, Jan. I just realized when Javier closes the grate, it occurs to Lahar that they could be followed. So Lahar is going to take the hempen rope that comes in the explorer's pack and tie it to the grate and the ladder, so it'll be very challenging to open from the outside.
Okay. I'm gonna have you go ahead and do you have any tools that you think are relevant for this?
Let's see. I have land vehicle proficiency.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna have you go ahead and just roll either a straight dex or int check.
Okay.
Your choice.
All right.
And that will just determine if someone were to follow you, it will make the DC to get in higher.
All right, gotcha. We'll do dex.
Bring that DC to 30.
Straight dex is going to be a 16.
All right, good to know.
Sorry to interrupt, just wanted to make sure we were protected.
No, you are totally fine, totally fine. All right. So you have secured the storm drain behind you. Now you are all given balloons and you are now clowns.
We all float down here.
Don't like it.
But you are now all in the sewers of Sharn, the middle city. Where would you like to go from here?
So the coldness was centered over the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get down here, is there like so this is me being logical because despite how stupid Javier acts, he's not actually that dumb. He's much smarter than he acts. There's probably a lot of moisture down here, unfortunately. And if there's a chill, a persistent cold, especially something that was able to linger in the street above, there should be persistent patches that can be tracked potentially down here.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do, are you looking for temperature auras? Are you looking for visible stuff? What are we looking for here?
Both. Kind of step one of detection is waving Ellison or around until they tell me they're going through a cold patch of air. And step two is looking for either footprint, like cold patches on the ground where someone might have stepped, or cold patches on the wall where a cold entity might have leaned to stabilize itself.
Okay. Go ahead and make me we'll call it a survival check. I will give you advantage for having an Ellison.
Okay. Let's see how good my +0 goes.
I believe in you.
That's a 16.
Believe in you. Wow,
And
look
a
at that.
15.
I still believe in you. Okay. So it's a little bit difficult to get a proper feel for at least the visual bits of it because the sewers are running. They are always running down. As far as I'll sing with the Ladron, as far as looking at visual elements, looking for physical frost, anything like that, it's hard to tell. However, you are able to kind of get a general feel for a path that this cold appears to be taking. It's not, so to speak, it does not appear to have a rhyme or reason to it. Anyone who wants to can make an intelligence check.
Oh, goody.
And I would also like to know people's passive perceptions. Anna, I see yours in your Zoom name, which I love.
16 passive perception, intelligence check is bad. 4.
13 passive perception, intelligence check is 22.
Okay.
16 passive perception, intelligence check 14.
I
Okay.
rolled really poorly, so intelligence 11, and for the audience, passive 18.
Okay. So, most of you are not really able to discern much of a pattern. Halvir, from what you can tell, there really is no rhyme or reason to this meandering, which leads you to believe that either whatever is causing this, whatever is trailing this or creating this, or whatever phenomenon is leaving this behind, either is not intelligent or doesn't know this place. Petunia, what's up?
Is there any rats or animals down here?
There are rats that you can hear splashing around. I see where this is going.
The spell that I hate the most as a DM is the one that I took as a player for your campaign, Jen.
I appreciate you so much.
I also might be able to synergize with this depending on what you're doing as a ranger. So let's see.
What's up? What you doing?
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals, first level.
Okay.
And I'm just going to yell, hey, rats, can any of y'all come over here? We got some questions. If y'all could just, is there any place that's like real, like burr? I don't know, I don't know totally if that's the dialect, or like any place y'all don't like. Also, has anything like super big come through? I'm not even sure how it got through that great, because, that was, barely them size. But anyway, could one of y'all send a representative over to talk to us? That'd be real helpful. Thanks. I got turkey legs.
Go ahead and make either animal handling or persuasion, whichever you like. Feel free to make it with advantage because you offer turkey legs.
Fuck yes. Animal handling. Oh, persuasion +0. Animal handling +3 though. So I think that's what we'll go with. Oh God, did I really roll 2? No. Only 11. All
right. Well, luckily you offered them turkey legs. So for a long moment you think that absolutely nothing happened, and then you hear the tiny pitter patter of little feet.
I'm going to pull out a turkey leg and hold it out and be like,
as a large rat kind of like rounds the corner, its nose twitching, its whiskers doing like a little thingy, kind of cautiously comes up to you.
It's real good.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you. Anything real cold around here?
Yes, right here.
I know, right? But like, where is the coldest place around here you ever been?
Oh, that's the butcher's freezer.
Right? Fuck that guy. That's just, I mean, if they got good food in there, but I'll go drop some money off so that you weren't actually stealing. Is there any place down here that's like extra cold? Any place down here that would help us to, we're looking for something like cold, but like down here that shouldn't be maybe down here.
Oh, the chilly places.
Yeah, is that like a brand name? Is it like a TGI Fridays? Is that like
No, it's Chili's. Um, no. It's the chili places. Chili places happened. Oh, I think my grandma was still alive then.
I have a
fair?
question.
little while ago.
Is Petunia speaking normally and the rats are nodding in understanding, or is Petunia squeaking while kneeling down and talking to these rats? Very important question.
Rules is written. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. I'm going to say whatever Sarah wants.
Oh, what are you looking for, Julie? What makes it better for you, friend?
I'm just trying to get the mental image, and I love Petunia kneeling down and just suddenly squeaking.
Oh,
at me.
100%, 100%. That is, she is. I mean, she doesn't have to lean too far. She's real small folk, right? And yeah, she's just
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
exactly 100%.
Lahar's just 1,000-yard staring during this whole interaction.
So, look, I got more turkey legs. Could you take us to like where Grandma's chili place was? That's a good name for a restaurant. We should put that on a t-shirt.
No. Grandma went plop. No.
Oh yeah, that happens.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like we don't live as long as like them folk do, and like kind of like points the snout at Halvier and Ellison.
Just kind of looking,
but-
yeah.
But. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, the cold. It's weird because usually when we get things, they come from up, but the cold come from down.
I see. Well, that's real. And how do you get down there?
Oh, well, last friend that went down there, we never heard from again. But also that's because they can't get back up.
Maybe I could help them. I'm happy to help them. Well, not me, but he's a real good jumper. She's gonna point at Lahar. Real good jumper.
Oh. Lahar, you
And-
make eye contact with a rat. You make uncomfortable eye contact with a rat.
And I realize I'm being talked about. I give a little 2-finger salute to the rat.
It's like when
rat.
when there's a word that doesn't directly like when somebody's speaking like Spanish but then says Coca-Cola, like it's real clear. It's like Lahar. That's kind of how this goes. Mm-hmm. He's
Lahar
a real
also
good jumper.
hiding.
The
Lahar
rat
also
gives you a
hiding
small
that they.
salute back.
Oh my god, incredible! Lahar also hiding that they do also have speak with animals as a ranger.
Amazing.
Alfier's just
counting
leaning on his glaive, just watching this with an expression can be summed up as "What the fuck is going on?"
So you tell me where your friend jumped down. You take me there. I will leave you some extra turkey. I got cranberry muffins. I have some I do have some candied yams, but I can roast the marshmallows for you. They're really better when they're right crisp.
Okay, so listen, I have not I don't really know how to get down because the last people that did it, it was a long time ago. But
That's
okay, so there are I go plop.
Was it about that long? Like, is it really like plop, or is it like a little bit longer, a little bit shorter? What?
About that long.
About that long. That sounds real good. And is it like another grate like that one, or is it like a pipe?
No. You take you go that way.
Mhm.
You take a left and then another left
Mhm.
and then a right and 3 more lefts. And then I think 2 more rights.
Oh God, I have ADHD. I did not remember any of that. That's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, Albuquerque, 3 lefts. You got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, while this conversation is happening, Lahar is just going to just wave their hands. A faint light blue magical energy is going to come off of them. They're just going to use the Horizon Walker ability Detect Portal. I can detect the distance and direction of the closest planar portal within 1 mile of us. Do I pick up anything?
I'm so glad you did that.
That would have been real useful at the fucking fountain.
Like this rat is rattling off directions to you, and then as Lahar starts to do their thing, the rat freezes and turns to Lahar. And Lahar, hi.
What did I
You
do?
feel half a mile straight down.
Oh,
There's
I
the
thought
portal.
the
Does it
rat
give you-
was the portal. Oh, okay.
Does it give you any more information aside from just distance and direction?
Just distance and direction.
All right. You get a portal. Half a mile straight down.
I tell everyone our client mentioned some extraplanar situation. Half a mile straight beneath us, there is a portal to perhaps the ethereal plane, perhaps some other direction. I have the ability to move through solid objects. However, it's going to take a while, so I think it's better that we stick together. And I can investigate, but I think we should get closer. We should find a way down. I don't know what you were talking about with your rat friends, but that's what I have.
Cool.
I agree.
cool.
I didn't come down here to split up.
Yeah, no, he said we could just jump. It's like that long to fall, at least for them, for the little ones. But like if I guess there's a place that we could just get down there. And then we also do have to help the other ones back up, just so we're all aware.
We have to
So-
help
Oh, they're
the
probably
rats. Oh,
They're totally dead. It's been a long time. Like
Oh,
way
you
before my
think
time.
so? Oh, that's real sad. Well, I'll make sure that they, get a proper burial. It's fine. Here, have some turkey leg. And I'm just gonna.
The rat just kind of like happily takes the turkey leg. I'm gonna give this to my kids now.
Peace. Thanks for helping us. Good luck.
Oh, hey,
Long
hey,
life.
hey. Can
what?
you scratch my back? I just like just a little bit.
I'm gonna give a little bit of a scratch. I'm gonna I'm gonna produce flame, but then I'm gonna like burn it out just that my hands are like nice warm. Like you never want to give a massage with cold hands,
Yeah.
Like I just wanna make sure that it's a little bit nice and toasty and get a little good right between the shoulder
right where they
blades.
can't
Yeah.
reach. Yep.
Absolutely. That's
Happy
there.
rat sounds ensue.
Love it.
And then the rat kind of like takes the turkey leg, and it's really funny because like it's very clearly too big for it, but the rat just kind of like grabs it and like
Yeah, sorry.
and disappears back around the corner.
There's a faint
Thanks,
look
little
of
buddy.
disgust.
Wait.
Faint look of disgust on my face as I watch Petunia pet a sewer rat.
Alvier just looks like he looks a little bit like he's about to start vibrating out of his skin. He's like, okay, let's go.
So I do know where we're going. Like I know down, but like if we go left, right, 3 lefts, and then 2 more rights, I'm certain that is in fact what that rat said.
3 lefts and then 2 more rights is just the same as making a right and then 2 more rights, so that's the same as going left once.
What?
Never mind.
Oh, okay. I think it's that way.
Ellison, my dear. You hear the faint sound of splish splashing. Not rat size. Larger size.
Something else is down here.
Us.
You know which way? Alvier's taking his glaive in both hands and has this eager smile that's starting to split across his face.
Can I tell which way?
It appears to be coming, funnily enough, from the direction, well, one of the first directions that you were given, off to the left.
I kind of hold out my hand, and a dagger from out of nowhere is just in her hand, and she uses that to point in the direction. You see she has 2 of them. Sounds like from over there.
Wonderful. Let's go say hello.
So we're not going to try and avoid the thing. We're just Halvir, are you just going to walk up?
And
The direction we're going.
He's power walking away, just like man on a mission. Let's go.
Javier,
I'm
can
sure
you
he doesn't
remind
die.
me, what kind of armor do you wear?
Mithril.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
Cool.
Zev and I are born from the same chaotic brain because I was just about to tell Julie, Lahar, you definitely see Petunia about to like yell out in greeting to who's ever out there. So if you needed to like
God.
clamp her mouth to shut her
I
up.
absolutely will. I will dive. I will like swiftly dash genuflect, clap hand over the mouth.
Yeah.
Because my movement speed is 40. Like I am fast.
Oh, and my
so-
movement speed's like 10, so no problem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I clap my hand over Petunia's mouth and I say, if it's hostile, we strike first. Lahar, hand on their quiver, their mechanical bow with magical energy unfolds and just fully extends into full hunting bow mode. And they're just going to prep a shot for if anything comes into range.
Okay.
That's
So anyone who wants to go ahead and make a stealth check. We're gonna have a group stealth check.
I'm not being stealthy.
All right, cool. Then we will not have a
You're
group
the
stealth check.
distraction, so we all get
There we go.
advantage, right?
No.
Ah,
Nobody has explicitly told her to be stealthy, and she wouldn't have thought about it. So she's not gonna make us. I mean, she is just like a stout like halfling. They're not the loudest, and she's not wearing any kind of metal. She's only wearing leather. So just keep that in mind. But she's not specifically stealthy either.
I'm splashing as I walk.
Flash, flash. All
I
right.
got the 23 stealth.
Yeah, seeing Halavar going, I mean, I'm not a stealth rogue. So I'm not gonna roll for it either because there's no sense with my summer friend bounding ahead.
All right then. So, Lahar, you are doing your best, but there's only so much you can do with your hand over the mouth of a very spicy halfling.
Yes, and I definitely take my own hiding position if I cannot
Yeah.
stop Petunia.
Yeah. And you all kind of like, you are braced for whatever comes next. You are waiting, you are watching. And the splish splashing grows louder.
Petunia's just
And
going
around
to
the
try to
corner-
get in the same position that Lahar is in. She does not have, she has a crossbow, but she's going to do her best like cosplay of Lahar. She's even going to give like a grumpy face, like as best as she can.
A little too intense, like the brows like
Oh
so
my
furrowed,
God.
your eyes are practically closed.
Yeah, I can't really see very much anymore. Totally.
So you see, Petunia, you see the blurred figure of a single figure step out from around the corner. And Lahar, everyone go ahead and make we'll call it an intelligence check. Lahar, make a history check.
Okay.
It's not gonna go.
Natural 1 for a 2.
Not natural one because you're next to me.
Oh,
Bountiful
I can
luck,
reroll.
bitches!
That was a 12.
30-20 then. Thank you, Petunia.
Woo!
Wow.
Well, all right then.
14.
Athletes for the
Okay.
win.
So cool.
I rolled a
And
7.
Petunia, are you rolling?
I
Okay.
rolled a 7 because I was so like, I just turned to Lahar and I was like, "You got this, buddy." And
Yep.
Apparently I do.
So none of you really recognize this person except for Lahar. You're kind of like, you're a little off to the side. You're not really all that focused on, you're more focused on protecting and firing first than you are on kind of identifying these people. However, you do recognize not anything they're wearing, but the stance that they're in. You recognize this person as one of the Desperado scouts, Lucia Exter.
Fuck.
And remind me what you rolled for stealth?
It was like a 23.
it was a 27.
That too.
Beautiful.
37.
high.
37. It was a 37, Jen.
No.
Okay, sure. So Lucia, she, her, kind kind of glances around. She's wearing a hooded blue cloak, so dark it's almost black. Very typical.
So
Right. With kind of like just a plain white shirt underneath. She's kind of glancing at the three who are out in the open, and Lahar, she meets your eyes directly.
Despite the huge stealth.
She rolled a natural 20. I'm sorry.
Okay. I meet her eyes directly, and I immediately drop my offensive stance. And maybe Lahar will say a greeting that the desperados that they were formerly a part of would say to one another to recognize each other. Maybe something along the lines of we fight until it's a warm day in Sharn.
Now that, old friend, is something you no longer have the right to say.
You changed the code word on me while I was gone.
No, you just don't get to say it.
You're a jerk. Why are you here? These people and I are investigating
The cold.
something.
Yes.
Do you know about it?
Oh, goodness, no. No.
Okay, I was worried I'd have to feather someone I still considered to be a friend.
I didn't say we were no longer friends, just that, well, let's just say I will not risk my neck just for one
He
friend.
has friends?
I did.
I was wondering the same thing.
I did.
Was this before or after you got the temperament of a starving owl bear?
Grumptopus.
After
Lucia laughs
and
out loud.
because.
Did they tell you why?
This
Or
is
shall
the
I?
most they've said.
We just met. I just met everyone.
Perhaps a little bit longer before you spill all your sad secrets to them then.
We could do that now. She's produced flames, and she's got like a little bowl, just a tiny little bowl with some popcorn that's like ready to be popped. And she's
Oh no.
she's into this.
Oh no,
Let's
miss.
go.
This is not a popcorn conversation. This is a tea conversation. Perhaps something a bit stronger.
I don't think I
I
have.
have beer.
Perhaps
I'd
something a
really-
bit less toxic.
I would
Good
really
call.
rather not have
It
long
is
conversations
beer.
standing in the sewer.
Well, you are investigating this.
Yes, we are.
We're getting paid a whole lot too. It's going to be real fun. There was this guy, he calls himself the client. I don't know. That's real weird, right? And he talks about himself in the third person. Super weird. He does have these super fancy napkins, and she's going to hold it out. And yeah, Lahar here, he's so cool. I can't believe you don't want to be friends with him anymore. Anyway, he is helping us to find this place, and he's going to go down there with us.
Last I heard, they were quite, shall we say, persona non grata.
I'm sorry. They are not persona non grata with none of us. They are persona full grata with us. So, maybe you just need maybe some turkey legs or something to cheer yourself up, because they're real cool.
Petunia,
What do you think?
It's okay.
What do you think, Lahar? Would the dozen of us that are no longer with us agree? Just a few turkey legs.
I don't trust the government anymore. I say this to the group. Because of my actions, they got a number of my friends killed. And I, shadow flickers in the faint light below, am only 1 foot in the material plane. I'm no longer welcomed by my old friends, but I know I make eye contact with Lucia. that we are still united by a sense of justice. Mine glows even brighter, even angrier. If this has anything to do with what was done to me, what was done to the rest of those people, I will do all I can at the cost of anything to make things right. You can tell that to Helio. You can tell that to everybody else.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I know it's +1. That's a 3.
I will not help you. But there is another who sometimes can be found here.
We already talked to the rat. Wasn't as much help as you thought.
Not the rats. They call themselves Belcourt.
Belcourt? Like ding, 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 ding? Belcourt?
One word, one L.
Belcourt.
If you will follow me, I can get you down to where they are. And I will forget that I saw you. And then that debt from last year, when you saved my life, it is paid.
Except, and please, I say this a little bit more directly to Lucia, do not let my mistakes rub off on these adventurers. They are good.
She kind of makes direct eye contact with Petunia. Yeah, I got that.
like blindingly good. Like it's
It's kind of revolting, yes.
I cannot understand it.
Stop. You're going to make me blush.
I don't think I would be able to see it if you did.
Good point. Not like winter over here.
Make one more persuasion check for me.
Who?
Lahar.
Also, once again, +1. Okay, 13. Not terrible.
Hey.
I will forget that I saw all of you. Go find Belcourt. If you go straight from here, there is a pipe that goes straight down to the lower city. You will find them there. They will know when you arrive. It makes quite a splash.
Take care of yourself, Lucia.
Be careful out there. Not everyone will be as forgiving as I.
Nods.
And with that, we'll go ahead and take a break.
Amazing. Oh shit, that's me. Sorry.
So
That's me.
we're gonna go ahead and head out for about 10 minutes so we can have our bio breaks, get our water. Everyone make sure to take your meds, you hydrate, you take your own bio break, and we'll run a couple of ad breaks to make sure that we're not having an ad break in the middle of our dramatic final fight. So we will see you all in about 10 minutes. Hit that subscribe button, come hang out with us, hang out and chat. We're awesome, we're friendly, I swear. And we will see you back in about 10 minutes.
Tugger's prepared to say something kind of mean too.
Welcome back, my friends. Hope everyone had a good break. Hope everyone got their water, got their meds, had a moment to enjoy the insert ads here. In the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and just jump right back in.
Well, we have to say thank you to our very own Anna first, because Anna gifted 10 gift subs, which pushed us over our monthly sub goal, which is incredible. Thank you to Anna. Thank you to everybody who subs. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Hit follow if you're not following us yet, because this is the second of 16 one-shots over the next 7 days until next Friday. So follow us on Twitter at Girls Run Worlds to see the ads for all of them, because there's some wonderful shows. Okay, go.
Okay. Last we left off, we were in the sewers with our brave adventuring party, who found an old friend of Lahar's, who seemed to have fairly mixed feelings about seeing them again, but did agree, for the sake of an old debt, to point them in the right direction, which appears to be down. They kind of gave you directions to where this sewer pipe is. The answer to that question is straight ahead, one left. And with that instruction, she turns, her cloak flapping dramatically in the not wind, and disappears around the corner again.
I just turn to the group and I say, now you see where I got it from. I was with them since I was a baby. We are truly all like this.
I was going to ask if you were all like that.
Yes.
Javier just stands for a moment, looking thoughtful, and then he smiles this big golden smile, walks over, claps with the back of his hand, claps Lahar on the chest and goes, so by your actions, from your words, you got at least 12 people killed. If you're looking for redemption, I suppose this is as good a place as any to start. Mortals love martyrs. Come on. And whistling a very cheery tune, we'll start walking in the direction Lahar's friend pointed them in.
Right.
Really need to teach you tact.
Lahar will walk with Halvir and not be phased by the suggestion of martyrdom. Halvir, being so close to Lahar, might also notice that on the inhale, their tattoos glow slightly more blue, and then on the exhale, they glow slightly less blue. It's very faint, though.
I guarantee you, Halvir does not notice.
Incredible. That's for the audience, then.
The camera pans to the tattoos as they pulse with the glow of magic and edginess.
My emotions.
I love this so much.
You wear
Your
them on your sleeve.
tattoos are a mood ring. That's so fucking metal. Look, Petunia notices, and Petunia's like, he is so cool, y'all. He's so cool. They are so cool. Thank you.
All good. All good.
It's not good. I should do better. I'm sorry. They are so cool, y'all.
And as Petunia is marveling at the mood ring that is their tattoos, you hit that turn and you see in the ground one of those like submarine style like hinges that has like one of those turny wheels. It is closed. And all you can see of it is that faint wheel kind of sticking out from the water. It is partially submerged.
So you're just gonna go ahead and do this without giving any of us warning? You're already okay. Here it goes.
Is going to reach out and try and shove Lahar down.
Lahar's gonna go with it. Go with the flow type of person, and just get ready to slide.
Ellison is staring at it. Oh, absolutely not.
Live a little, princess. Come on.
She's a princess too. I knew she was wealthy, but that's really, really impressive. she's real cool too. Y'all are so cool.
And Javier's just gonna kind of sidle over till he's standing right next to Ellis, and it's just like, haven't you ever stood on a high place and thought, I could jump and maybe I could fly? Haven't you ever thought that?
Yes, this is swimming in sewer. This is not flying.
But first the flight, and he's going to grab her around the waist with both arms and yeet himself down the hole with her.
That's the most disgusting dimension door ever.
I'm,
That's
I'm imagining
There's a
there's
small yelp.
Yeah, I was imagining there's a yelp and it's drowned out by the woohoo.
The Mario pipe effect happens.
Leaving Petunia.
Petunia is going to shut the lid and leave those fuckers there. No, Petunia is just gonna turn around and kind of, in her best squeak. I'm not gonna recast Speak with Animals, so hopefully I'm not offending the rat. But I'm just gonna like squeak with the intention of trying to say like, I will try and find your friends, and I'm real sorry that you lost them. I hope you live longer than your grandma did. Okay, bye. And she's
It's
gonna,
not been 10 minutes. They can hear you.
oh, fucking excellent, great. And then she's gonna count to 10. She learned basic water slide safety, y'all. This is, you don't go down immediately after somebody else. You gotta give them time to clear the landing pad area. She's gonna count to 10, and then she'll go 2.
All right. So, Lahar, you have the glorious opportunity to go first.
I'm ready.
As expected, the wheel before the plop is approximately what what Petunia had told you to expect. And you land in a pile of sewage that is freezing.
All right.
And you hear from far above you the sound of whooping.
I'm going to move the heck out of the way so that nobody lands on me and pushes me deeper into it.
And Javier and Ellison, you experience the same thing. You go splat right in a pile of freezing cold sewage. About 10, 15 seconds later, Petunia, splat. And by the time the third splat comes around, go ahead and make a perception check as you kind of like look around the room and absorb your surroundings.
7.
Yeah. 11.
Dirty 20.
Woo!
19.
Woo!
All right. So, here's the thing. They rolled like shit. So all of you notice, you hear a quiet cursing and what sounds like flapping, as you seem to have landed in a large room, and from a doorway about 20 feet off to the side, you see a humanoid figure, appears to be a half elf, wearing plain adventuring clothes, and a dark green cloak over it all. Leaning against the door jamb, arms crossed. And the funniest thing is, there is a falcon perched on their shoulder.
Oh God, the urge to
You're
cast
not-
Speak with Animals.
You're not Poop.
Oh shit, yeah, because it hasn't been 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
Well, thank you. That is the nicest thing that somebody has said to me today. These guys have been real rude. Who's your friend?
You're talking to the bird or the person?
Is the bird talking to us or the person?
The person's talking to us.
Oh, I
Or
thought
to you.
the bird was talking to us.
No, I'm sorry. No,
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Still, same response.
Yeah.
No change. Thank you. That is the nicest thing that somebody has said to me today. Who's your friend? And I'm going to point to the bird.
That's terribly sad. This is Seven.
Seven.
And you are?
I'm Petunia.
We are cleaners. We're taking
Petunia,
care of what's going down here.
the cleaner. Petunia, the cleaner, taking care.
Why
Down.
is your bird
Deception.
named Seven?
Make a deception.
I don't know you
check.
well.
Oh,
I
God.
make a deception check. I don't know you well enough to have that conversation with you yet.
15.
Is this something to do with what happened with bird 1 through 6?
What? No. What was it, Sarah?
15.
Okay. Okay.
Not me, just
You are
being
not
like,
Well, I have good news and bad news. What do you want first?
I love good news.
The good news is I don't care that you're not cleaners.
Petunia.
The bad news is I know you're not cleaners.
But you don't care, so that's great.
No.
I mean, we didn't really. That was. I don't want to offend you, Lahar, but we don't
Are
even have like
you-
any equipment. That wasn't
Are you Belcourt?
That's me.
with one
Lucia
L.
said we should be expecting you. With one L. Lucia said we should be expecting you.
Yes, Lucia would. Of course, leave it to her to send me people to babysit.
I promise we are very capable
not
of taking care
baby.
of ourselves.
Oh, are you going down to the forges?
The forges.
Why else are you
Yes.
down here?
Yes.
I try and avoid that area myself. Some very powerful Rizian energy coming out from there. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and make an Arcana or a History check.
oh yes, oh yes.
Bad. My roll was bad.
Okay.
My roll was also bad.
That's a 24 Arcana.
Okay, so
Okay.
it could be worse.
Smarter
13
than I
history.
act.
What was it, Ellison?
13.
Okay.
Guys, please
Most of you aren't really entirely sure what the fuck Rizian energy is.
help me.
Halvir, you have spent a lot of your life exploring in search of knowledge about places that aren't home. And being someone not of this plane originally, Rizia is a place that some of your winter counterparts would really enjoy. The elemental plane of frost.
Oh boy.
And you rolled really fucking well. One thing that you would know is in the creation process of making Warforged, in the creation forges, there is a point where there is a body and no soul to go in it. And what happens when there is energy from another plane
Oh no.
running around in this one,
Oh
finding
boy.
vessels to inhabit?
Oh boy. Okay, it starts animating warforges and using them to go walk about.
Which would be fine if there were no new Warforged being made.
So there's multiple things wrong. And I'd say Halvir hears that it's the word Rizian?
Rizian, yep.
Rizian, okay. Here's that, and for just a second, Halvir gets the 1,000-mile stare. You can see like the geometry calculus.
Yep, the
going
meme,
around his
yep.
head. Except it's happening really, really fast.
I
Halvir,
glance
I've
over
never
because this
seen you.
is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, I glance over because this is the first time he stopped talking this entire mission.
I was literally going to say that. Lahar probably goes, Halvir, this is the first time I see you without the big, goofy smile on your face.
This is bad. This is very bad. The portal you felt. The energy 1/2 mile straight below us. Rizia is the plane of frost. If there's a portal to the plane of frost in the forge that should not but is making Warforged, you have all those bodies with no soul, empty hollow shells just sitting there, and energy coming from a place that should not be giving energy to this world. Put the dots together, what starts happening?
These shells are finding ghosts to inhabit them.
The energy from there has come here and is finding things that can use. Empty vessels it can fill.
That's why it's cold, because they're from the plane of frost.
Exactly.
So
Belcourt's kind of like standing there, like eyeing you all. That would explain a lot of the frosty feathers I've come home to.
You mean 1 through 6?
yeah, are you talking
No,
about dead birds? That it
I
really
didn't
sounded like you were talking about dead birds.
No, I don't have dead birds.
Previous
No, it's
context.
that's
Then why is this
that's-
one named 7?
I don't know you well enough to have that conversation.
The
Are
only
any of you from
logical
Kyrie?
No, but the only logical conclusion when you introduce a bird and go, this is 7, is that there was 1 through 6 before that. It's like if I take this and taps the glaive that is on my back and told you this is 18. You'd think I'd lost 17 weapons before it. I haven't. This is my first. I've had it for 280 years. Thank you very much. But that's beside the point. Names matter.
7 is also the scariest name to give an animal, because they could have 8, 9 as well.
Hollier's just gonna start trying to climb back up the sewage.
Belcourt takes a deep breath.
That was
on
so
that
out of
note-
character, but I had to.
And on that note, I have a job to get to. Do you all need anything from me, or did Lucia send you all just for guidance?
Directions would be nice.
And how can we destroy these forges so we can get this to stop?
Oh, you mistake me for someone who knows. No, I have no idea. But you're going to need one more pipe. Other side of the room.
Javier's gonna walk over, grab Ellison by the wrist, just start dragging her towards the other
That
pipe.
said- Be careful. That'll drop you right on the forges.
I am always being careful. It's more fun that way.
Whatever you say. Your funeral.
I've never died before. This could be fascinating. What do you think it's like?
It's not as permanent as you would think.
I hope I died
Find
then.
out.
A new experience.
Petunia, Jen, I sent you a message. Petunia just has taken a little piece of. She just had like a little cork in her hand, and she just kind of tucks it back into her pouch, and she's gonna just kind of look around at nobody in particular and go, that hard. They are cool and funny. That's a deadly combo. I bet they are deadly too. Damn, that's really amazing. They are the best. So like this ish way, we can go that ish way.
Yes. You're going to want there are 3 pipes. You want the one on the left.
I'm not
Right.
good with direction. Left,
Left of right.
right.
Other side of the room, right over there. And you see 3 pipes.
Yep.
You want the one on the left. If you go down either of the other ones, you're going to end up in the incinerators, and then you will not have very much fun.
No, that sounds awful. Also, have you seen any rats down that maybe fell? I promised I would take care of them.
Make a perception check, Petunia.
No.
7, 8, the rat.
Saddest perception
7,
check
8
I've ever
rats.
had to make. 21.
You notice as the falcon just quietly starts preening a little bit.
No,
knew it.
Why?
I knew it.
It's
And you
not.
hear and you swear you hear the quietest. Yeah, that was lunch last week.
It's not. It's not how many other birds there were before. It's how many of our rats they ate.
This is why I'm very careful using speak with animals. I can only
And
handle so many
Belcourt-
attachments in my life.
Belcourt glances back at you as they turn to leave and say, "So far, out of the guesses, you've been the closest."
Not knowing that information is really going to bother Halvard. Can
And
we
off
pay
they
you
go.
for it?
Belcourt disappears into the sewers. What?
Can we pay you for it?
Oh, Javier's already forgotten. He's just like,
Oh,
okay, dismissed, not worth knowing. On we go. Next thing, let's go. Something to kill down here. Pulls open the hatch, and this time does not shove Lahar down. Still holding Ellison by the wrist, either not knowing or not caring that this will have the unfortunate side effect of dragging her down the tunnel head first. Will throw himself straight down.
All right.
Standing there, it's very much the sound that Tina makes in Bob's Burgers as she's staring at this pipe and it gets yanked down. I would like to acrobatics myself though, so that I do not go down face first.
Go ahead.
Want me to roll for it?
Go for it. For flavor, either way you won't. I just want to know how funny it'll be.
31.
You like full on
land on top
superhero
of-
landing. It's gorgeous. Like not a hair out of place.
I have a feeling it's very much a case of like Javier crashes down and does like the land and brace himself on with his glaive. Kind of like the 3-point landing from Critical Role. It's just all of a sudden, boom, there's another Eladrin on his back, and he's just like,
Yeah, it's not a heavy landing at all. It's very graceful, and she kind of lands, steps, and spins. Her skirts twirl a little bit as they settle.
very nice.
Amazing.
Lahar is going to make their way towards the pipe next, and I think to make their way to justify the 789 thing that happened before, I think Lahar briefly flashes back to when they were probably around 3 years old, in a little kind of like orphan camp, the oldest being 16-year-old Helio of the people that would eventually become the Desperados. Lahar, fresh tears running down their face, probably after something made them cry, and then Helio tells them this hilarious joke about numbers, this like red-headed Disney Hercules looking boy, and Lahara just starts laughing, and there's the faintest smile on Lahara's lips as they remember this before they slide down the pipe. And just in case either I'm going to land on top of Halvir or the forge, I'm just going to prepare a Market Passage Misty Step to just teleport away, just in case.
That is amazing. Also, hello Raiders. Thank you for dropping by for our Frost of Sharn Eberron one shot. Y'all came just in time for me to describe the last room they'll probably be in their lives.
I'm so nervous.
Shout out to Arnica, who was DMing over there, the Avatar game. Everybody go check it out on VOD Squad.
Welcome.
And
Love you all.
Petunia, I would like to think that Petunia notices Lahar's like little smile. And she's just gonna be like, that youngin', they're healing and they're gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine. And she's gonna go over to how far can she tell how far the sewer slide is?
She cannot, but chances are, given what you know about the layout of the city and how the layers are separated, you suspect it's probably a little less than what you already have experienced.
Measuring it, but we're not taking damage when we fall, right?
No.
It's like a sewer
Doesn't
slide.
seem so.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be real. Like, I will not.
No, that's fine. All right, I'm good. Let's go.
All right, then. And as the last one of you went ahead and hopped in. You all into the incinerators. No, everyone's in the incinerators. Toy Story 3 time, bitches. Okay, so I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. So you all land. Please hold.
Holding.
Holding.
In this
holding
room. I'm gonna
Ooh.
plop you all pretty much here.
Ooh.
A map.
You all land in a heap as this slide lets out in this room. It is a large room. A lot of it is very, very frosty. The ground itself is not icy, but it is very frosty. There's a very clear layer of like rime on it. And then off to the north, you can see a handful of what you've never seen the creation forges before. But if you could take a guess as to what they would look like, this would pretty much be it. You see 3 of them in total that appear to be in anywhere near like not functional, but like anywhere near intact. And not to bury the lead, but on the far north end of the room, there is a large portal made entirely of ice, 2 gems glowing and pulsing on either side of it. And frosty air, frosty energy emanating from it. As it pulses with energy, it pulses with power, and you can see there is this pale blue energy that is seeping through the ground into the frosted roots beneath this creation forge. And the top of it is sparking with elemental energy.
Found our portal.
Do the forges look lit?
Oh, my cat's puking. Well, that's a problem for future me.
No,
Oh,
Pippin.
no.
Pips.
Oh, Pippin. Oh, wait, hang on. I have a wrapper here.
Yeah.
Aha! Got it. Anyway, sorry guys. What was the question? I'm so sorry.
Do the forges look lit?
One of the forges does. It is the one in the center.
One right under the blue.
Yeah.
Cool.
Called it.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Petunia doesn't know why she was chosen for this particular mission. She does know one thing: how to light furnaces. So she is going to produce flame and just kind of look at the others and start to walk towards one of the ones that's not lit. And her intention is to light the furnaces. That's what she does. That's what she thinks she was hired
Javier's
for.
gonna reach out and kind of catch her by the shoulder. We don't want to start making more. We want to stop this one.
Well, I mean, this still works though, right?
Which means we need to break it.
Break it.
Maybe if you use your fire energy to weaken it, maybe we can magically break it, as Javier was saying.
Typically, putting fire on more fire makes bigger fire.
I was talking about the icy portal itself. But
Oh God, I hadn't even seen that. Wow, that's
yeah, the big circle, the
Oh.
rift in reality, the
shit. Yeah, no, that's not good at all.
I guess it's a little above your eye line, but
That's
yeah, right
to be
there.
fair, and really, like, it's like one of those things when you're doing a job, that's what you do. I just wasn't really looking up. Thank you for pointing that out. Those are real pretty, but light those on fire. I could try.
Javier's gonna start walking, not directly forward, but off a little bit to the side.
Okay, go ahead and move a little bit. Let me know if you're going to cross the snow line.
He is not gonna cross the snow line. Whoa!
Petunia's gonna get right up there. And Petunia's gonna like not knowing that the snow is bad, There is something that I have though, so just give me a minute. No, it always works. Cool. And since she's wearing her ring of cold resist, she's not going to be bothered by the potential of the snow because cold resistance. So her intention is to, I mean, she walks the slowest out of everybody, but her intention is to like go up and try and set one of the crystals on fire.
I mean, she's walking
Okay.
as fast as she can, little legs pumping, arms
Yeah.
pumping, just.
That's adorable. All right. So, my dear Petunia, where do you cross the snow line?
Probably right there where I'm standing.
All right, go ahead and move yourself just one square.
You got it. Love
Oof.
to see it.
Oof. I'm so
Ba-boom.
scared.
Nothing happens.
All right. So, nice try. So, as you cross the snow line,
Yep.
right up in the top corner here, you notice as the gears that are kind of like leaking out of this thing start to shift and start to amalgamate. Amalgamate.
Yeah,
I think
amalgamate.
amalgamate.
You got it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
As two Frosty Boys, y'all can see them, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yay. Appear out of the rubble. And off to the left, two Frosty Boys appear out of the rubble.
Hi, I'm Petunia. We're here. I don't know if you could help us. You look pretty strong, big. Could you help us break that crystal?
They kind of look at you like that TikTok meme of, and he looks at me and I look at him. That's the meme that's happening right now. And you kind of like look back and forth for a moment, and you can see the lines of bright ice blue energy pulsating under their like armor, through the cracks in their armor.
Mhm.
You can see them start to gather energy. If you would like, you can all roll initiative.
Yes, I would like that very much. Thank
You
you.
don't
Petunia,
have
point
to.
your fire at them.
Fuck. That's an 8.
Hold
I
your initiative
am
for just
slow.
a moment for me. That's okay. I still love you.
Want me to put initiative in chat?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm just going to go one by one and ask everybody their initiative, and I'll put it in one big text block.
I
You
love
got
you.
an 8, Halvier.
Yep.
Okay. How did Petunia do?
21, bitches.
Whoa! Let's go, Dex Clerics. Ellison, how did you do?
25.
Let's go,
yes.
Dex Rogues. All right, Lahar got a 16. And where are we putting everybody else? If you want me to just put like ?1 or ?2.
Just the party is fine. I can keep track of the other ones
Roger that.
separately.
Party initiative is in the chat.
Gorgeous. Ellison and Petunia are both 21.
25.
Ellison was, I forgot to type it. But
That's
yes,
right. No worries. No worries.
That's the order,
right.
though.
Ellison, you're up first.
These look like they're going to attack.
They look hostile, yes. Especially after Miss Chicken Leg was like, let me break these
Turkey,
crystals.
bitch.
Turkey, my bad.
How deep is the snow here?
Not too deep to walk through. It's mostly just for flavor.
Okay.
It's like a coating of snow on the ground. Like we're talking easily school canceled in Florida, but like no one gives a shit here.
I was gonna say, like, I'm from Nova Scotia. Like, really?
Yeah,
we do...
nothing. It's nothing. Like you eat this for breakfast.
The New
You're good,
Englander
you're good.
in me, that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing them become hostile, I will shout to Petunia. Petunia, watch out. As I kind of push past her, I'll very quickly step and spin, and as I do, come up underneath it, and just expertly try and strike it under the arm, where I assume
Go
there
ahead
might
and
be a
make that
joint
sweet
through the
attack
front.
roll.
Woo! It's natural 20.
Ooh.
A
love
rogue
that.
crit already?
All right.
That means I'm gonna roll like shit for the rest of the combat, but I'll take it.
On the bright side, the fucking swashbuckler ability gives you that sweet, sweet sneak attack, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Swashbucklers always crit. Well, always sneak.
Yeah, pretty much.
They always get their fix of those d6.
Do you want me to roll the dice twice or just?
I like to roll the
dice.
dice twice, so I would say
Okay.
go for it. Ah, yes, island spice. I like your spice. Okay, thank you, captions.
37
I love
points.
37, you said?
37?
Yes, 37.
All right, then.
Wait, no, sorry, 37 plus. I have to add my dex plus 5. So
42.
I can do math, 42 points.
All right, cool. Good to know.
Oh my
Sure.
god.
Yep. All right.
So I do that. I come up, strike, drag my dagger through whatever joint I found as I spin away. And I'm gonna move back down here.
All right. Good to know.
Princess can swing a blade.
I fucking iconic. Jesus.
I love that I already gave her a nickname and everyone's using it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wait, which
Speaking-
nickname?
Calling you princess.
Princess.
Oh,
Now, speaking of our lovely friends, that guy actually rolled the next in initiative, and you smacked him, and he's not happy about it.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm gonna go ahead, step up, kind of look at you, raises its arm, and out of its arm sprouts a long lance of ice. And will absolutely roll like shit and will not hit you for the first attack. And will roll the same for the second attack, so nothing happens. Wow! Amazing! Petunia, you're up.
good night for me.
Cool. Petunia, being a nature cleric, is going to see what is kind of looking at the field around them, and is going to be like, this is a standard offensive lineup. We got this. We can handle this. And she's going to pull a tiny, like a hobbit-sized fan, and just like drag queen, unfurl it, and pull a little teeny like baby blue jay feather, and kind of wave the blue jay feather into the air towards the other two, like away. And I'm going to cast Wind Wall, 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. I want to keep them from being able to come and like fuck around and find out. And so I'm gonna cast it. Oh, sorry. Jeez. I'm gonna cast, God, what the fuck? Mouse? Like over here.
Okay.
Because if they go through it, they are gonna have to
Make some saves.
make some saves.
Oh, you're windwalling the
Gotcha.
farther ones.
Against the
Love it,
farther ones,
love it.
yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
To
Buy us
like-
more time against these.
To like keep them back. That is that's a big spell. That is the second of my 3 third level spells. Ellison, you when you were stepped up on the snow, you would have noticed that you don't sink, because earlier in the sewers, Petunia had cast Water Walk on you so that you wouldn't be walking in the sewers either, which is what the cork was for earlier. And I think nobody needs any healing words, so that'll do. That'll do for Petunia. And she'll just go, y'all stay over there, and you guys, we're gonna run a standard running offensive position. So everybody focus here. And she's just gonna call out some random numbers, and like 32, 36, 44, hut! And she's gonna send everybody this
I
way.
love this.
Oh, she's a jock. I see.
I love this so much. All right. Lahar, what's your dexterity modifier?
+5.
Cool. You're next.
Cool. Oh, all right. So that means some little Warforged are coming up. Good to know. What is the forge looking like at this moment? It's still like going.
The forge is just click-clacking along.
All right. I do not have a way to stop it right now, and I kind of figure stopping these things is a good priority. How hurt is the one that Ellison attacked looking?
It's looking like she took a pretty decent chunk out of it. It's not like it's dying. It's not like drawing its dying breath or anything because it doesn't breathe.
Gotcha.
But
Great.
yeah.
In that case, Lahar is going to cast Zephyr Strike on themselves. So Lahar is going to inhale and kind of hold their breath. And as they do, their tattoos glow at their brightest, and this kind of like light blue wind starts whipping around them, giving them 70 feet of movement this turn, which is not going to be useful in this moment. They're just going to try to stay 40 feet away from Ellison just in case emergency curing needs to happen. But they are going to use Sharpshooter to attack that same Warforged that Ellison attacked with advantage -5.
All right. Also, a huge thank you to our raiders. Welcome, welcome.
More
to
raiders!
Our
Love
lovely
raiders.
Sharn shot, as one would say.
Oh,
All
I
right.
took 10 points of psychic damage for that.
I'm sorry.
Sharn shot. So that is a dirty 20 to hit with my longbow, thanks to the
that'll
Zephyr
hit.
Strike advantage. So that is going to be 2d8 plus 18 because of Sharpshooter.
Jesus, fucking sharpshooter.
So only 7, but because of my bracers of archery and Sharpshooter and the fact that this is a +1 longbow, 25 points of damage happen to my blast. The blue winds that are whipping around me transfer to the arrow in my longbow, and I think the arrow starts to get rotated like a drill by the wind before it fires off into the Warforged.
So just to be clear, you did 27 points?
I believe 25.
Damn.
Was I too off?
No. Well, I mean, you are too off. You were too off from something, but it wasn't death.
Well, luckily I have a second attack, so I should go ahead and probably do that.
Spoiler alert. You were 2 away from having caused a total of 69 damage. Nice.
Oh, incredible. Do we reveal how almost all of us have 69 HP?
Well, you didn't. You just did.
All right, I'll take my
Welcome
second
to the
attack
69
now.
crew.
I'll do my second attack. No advantage, no Sharpshooter, so this is just going to be a flat. That's only going to be a 29 to hit, so I'll just roll that damage real
Only.
quick.
Yeah. I'm so only a 29 to hit. Tragic.
14 points of piercing damage that time.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. It's starting to look a little worse for wear, and by a little I mean significantly.
Awesome. And yeah, I'm kiting backwards, staying 40 feet away from Ellison.
All right. And on that note, we have our friend here going to walk up to Petunia.
Whoa.
And normally I would say hello, but also it doesn't really feel like talking because it's an ice demon thing. And it's gonna go ahead.
Hi, I'm Petunia.
Up here. It's going to go ahead, extend the blade. Here we go.
How much
Does
HP do these things have?
What?
Nothing. I'm talking to myself. These are
Oh.
beefy creatures.
They are beefy creatures, yeah. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Gord, I love it when that happens.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and take 7 piercing damage as you get skewered.
Ow.
I
I hope you sanitize that. That's not food safe.
Does a 16 hit?
16 also hits. Yes.
Zaxi, you can go ahead and take 7 more.
And those are piercing. There's no frost or cold or anything.
Oh my god.
Those are piercing, yes.
Ow. Ow, y'all.
And let's take a look. Following, you said these guys over on the left have to make a save if they want to go through?
We? Yes.
All right. What are we looking at?
That's something I'm sure that they can do. I'm real glad I spent that 3rd level spell. That's just a strength 14.
All right.
They do take
Well,
half
it rolled
damage.
a 2. It rolled a 2. So what happens is it moves here and then can't go any further.
And it also takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
And yeah, and it takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so if it fails, it not only can't move, but it does take the damage too.
You know what? Actually, when the wall appears, each creature must make a strength saving throw. So they should have. That's my fault for not reading the spell.
Okay, let's go ahead and make those initial saves then. Well, 1 passed, but this guy did roll natural 1, so he takes that damage.
Okay, so that was 16. And then the strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases. Small or smaller creatures or objects can't pass through. Loose, lightweight. It doesn't say that things can't pass through it, just
Gotcha, okay.
that I mean, it doesn't really say that they can. I don't know. You might want to read it. Here, let
Yeah,
me
let's see.
copy it into Zoom chat for you. Nope,
So
I
it
lied
looks
because that's the wrong
like-
computer. The strong
So
wind
it
keeps
looks-
fog, smoke, and other gases at bay.
So it specifies that creatures in gaseous form cannot pass through it, which makes me think that creatures not in
And
gaseous form can.
Could. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Also, yeah,
Okay.
small creatures can't pass through.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead. How far can this guy go? Let's find out together. Oh, look, it can
Uh-oh.
reach you. Hi.
Did that bitch-ho step back away from me after he hit me?
No, that was that was me messing up and forgetting that he had a reach of 10.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry. Halvir, hi.
Hi.
Oh wow. That's a natural 19, so I assume that hits.
It would, but I'm gonna cast shield.
Aha. Well, let me tell you the total first. The total is a 26.
I'm not gonna bother casting shield.
Okay, I was like, I wanted to tell you before you did that. All right, go ahead and take 8 slicey, stabby.
My favorite damage type.
The
Slicey
second
stabby.
attack is a 25, so I assume that hits too.
Yep.
And go ahead and take 9. Which brings us to Halvir.
Okay, do I hit this guy or do I go save our cleric?
I'm
Question
fine,
for you.
y'all. I'm fine.
Jen, question.
Yeah.
Green flame blade, as written, has a reach of 5 feet. But if I'm casting it on a weapon that has a 10-foot reach, would we say?
If you're casting it on a weapon that has a 10-foot reach, then I would say it's a 5-foot reach from the weapon. So it will work on this if you want to.
Okay, so it's a 10-foot reach if it's on a 10-foot weapon.
Because like you're casting it on the weapon, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the weapon being the target of the spell, because the weapon is within 5 feet, you can cast it on the weapon and it'll behave as it should.
Okay. So I am going to.
That said,
Yes.
it does say that you have to make a melee attack against one creature within 5 feet of you.
Yeah,
that's the one bit of language.
That's what I was asking, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's assuming that the person casting this cantrip is using a sword.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and let it be you know, make a melee attack against one creature within your weapon's attack range.
Okay. So I'm going to open up first action green flame blade. So let's do a smackety. Does a 16 hit?
Oh, it sure does not. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do I be an asshole about this? You know what? Yes, I'm going to be an asshole.
Yes.
We need to protect our caster. So I'm going to face step.
and you're a summer Eldrin.
Here.
All right.
And I want this guy to take 3 fire damage and 3 fire damage to hit the crystals here.
So the crystals are here. One thing I will say, if you want to change where you end up for that, I will let you.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I go here because I can
Okay.
teleport there. So flame.
You said 3 to the boy and 3 to the crystal.
Yep, because I can only it does damage equal to my proficiency bonus.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. I'm real good at this, guys. 15.
Okay.
You notice that the heat of the flame blade makes this creature recoil a little bit more than you normally maybe think it would.
Oh, okay.
And that is your turn, bringing us to our final Warforged of the day. Let's see, how far can we get? It's gonna go ahead and scoot on over here.
Does he move out of the wind wall?
He does.
Does
He does move through it.
Does he only take damage when he moves through it?
I think it is.
Or just like, sorry, just at the first time that it happens?
So here's the thing. Rules is written, they don't. However, I think it's silly to have a wind wall do damage when it appears and not any other time. So I'm going to just go ahead and have him roll that save.
Come on.
And he's going to roll like jack shit, so go ahead and roll that damage.
Yes. 17? I'll take it.
All right. Cool. He looks sufficiently annoyed.
Hey. Fuck you. Oh, Pips.
Oh, that's Cass.
Oh, Cass.
And Ellison, what is your AC?
17.
Gorgeous. It rolled a natural 1. And then it just hits as it kind of like it starts to like extend its arm, and for a minute you think it's gonna be a lance again, which doesn't make sense because you're not in range of it. But instead, an icicle shoots out and just hits you, and go ahead and take 5 points of cold damage.
I will uncanny dodge that.
2 points of cold damage.
Beautiful.
Which brings us back up to the top at Ellison. Speaking of.
Murder.
Yeah, this one's looking hurt. So I step aside as Lahar's arrow comes through and kind of move my shoulder so it flies past me, and I'll follow it in. I kind of step in and I'll jam my dagger, attempt to just underneath where their arrow struck.
All right.
That is 17.
Sorry.
That's cool. It kind of, I think it hits and scrapes off the metal, and my back head comes around, and I'll try again.
All right.
A little better, 19.
That'll do it.
Awesome. Okay.
Also, Sarah's doing my favorite thing to do during combats like this.
Do the little map.
Yep. The little like upper lower bounds.
I never get to. I'm only ever the DM. I never get to do this.
I love doing it. I love doing it so much.
So my backhand comes in and I do 21 points of damage. As
right.
I don't stop, I just continue that motion and kind of spin back up here.
Sick.
All right. So, y'all watch as Ellison just kind of like takes the opening that Lahar gave her and takes the arrow, takes the knife. In one swift, clean motion, the head flies off. And how do I make this guy look dead? Let's find out. Oh, I got it. Hang on. That should do it. Yay, now he's dead. Okay. Y'all can see that, right? Y'all can see it. Oh, no, you can't. Well, rip, whatever. That's fine. I swear he's red. Oh, wait, there. Yay. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Now he's red. Okay. So, he dead. Anything
Looks like
else
a
you want to
blast
do,
radius.
Ellison?
No, that was movement, action, bonus action. So I'm good.
All right.
She's in continual motion around here. She's a
Mhm.
dancer, and those are the skills she's using.
So fucking cool.
Skirts flaring.
Well, normally, it would be his turn, but he's dead. So, next, we see Lahar.
Bless. All right.
Wait.
Once again, second verse, same as the first.
What about our cleric?
Oh wait, yeah, Petunia's before.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Yeah, Petunia. My bad. I was like, I knew I'm missing something. Petunia.
It's okay. I'm real small. I'm real easy to miss. People trip over me all the time. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm gonna drop Windwall, y'all, because that was oh
Nice.
shit, didn't help at all. Real sorry about
Good
that.
damage.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't really feel good about it. Listen, we'll do a debrief after. I got some play notes for everybody. I would like a DM rule in, please. If I do a cantrip that's an action, can I do a 4th level spell that's a bonus action?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Love to hear that. I am going to cast Grasping Vine on this which one? On this, oh boy, I'm on the wrong thing. On this one that's right here next to Halvir that hurt me. I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Grasp and Vine, and I would like to pull him right up. I'm gonna take a step back, actually. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Listen, I do
I will
know
warn
how to
you
play.
that you are going to be leaving his threatened range, and will provoke if you do that.
Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this one. Okay, I'll grasp this one. Grasp and
Okay.
Vine. I'm gonna pull him 30. If he fails, that's a Dex 14 save. He's got to come
Alright.
real close to me.
He does not make it.
Great. He would be pulled 20 feet close to me, so I think that puts him right about here.
Yeah, right about there.
Lovely. Love to see that. And then I am going to do produce flame. I'm just going to take my flame that I've been waiting to use, that I was told was a good thing in this circumstance. And I'm just going to be like, your brother is rude, and that probably runs in the family. So that's just not something we can have down here. And I'm just going to press my little hand, probably only into like his kneecap. And I'm just going to burn a fucking brand of my hand into his kneecap. Maybe. Oh, I'm a halfling. I can reroll ones. Let's go, motherfuckers.
Yes. That's been so useful.
Hell yes. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit. And I am just the D8 queen. I never get to roll D8s. That's fantastic. Oh, that was not bad. 12 points of fire damage.
All right.
And he is grasped, right? That grasping vine, it's going to stick there as long as I'm concentrating on it.
Beautiful.
He's there for me.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, up to a minute. Yep.
Okay. And that'll be me.
All right. Beautiful. I knew I was forgetting someone. Yeah, that was sure it.
Sorry.
The guy up here fighting Halvir. No, I also forgot one of my guys, so thank you. The guy up here fighting Halvir is going to do something interesting. It's going to scoot around you, Halvir. And shift a little bit before continuing to try to hit you.
Try to hit me?
No, Halvir.
Oh.
Because right now it's kind of engaged with a bunch of people at once, and it's just like, you know what?
I hit it with fire.
Yeah, exactly. I assume a 23 hits.
Shield.
Okay. Second attack.
Wait, no point to shield. It would still hit.
All right, cool. Go ahead and take 9 points of piercing ouchie. Second attack will not hit at a 17.
Okay. Leave me alone.
So you are okay.
I'm a delicate flower.
Okay. Lahar, hello again. Now it's
Hello
actually your
again.
turn.
All good. So Lahar is once again going to cast Zephyr Strike on themselves, using a first level spell slot again to whip blue winds around them. Their goal is to try and stop other allies from getting dogpiled. So they're going to move about, with their 70 feet of movement, about 3 squares to the right of that one right there by going like approximately here, with the intention that if anyone starts rerouting this way, they can take some of the heat off and then zoop away with their incredible movement and teleportation. So they do have to.
Question: are you Zephyr striking for the extra damage or for the movement?
Both happen.
I only ask because the movement you just get for a minute as long as you don't cast other shit.
Oh,
Other concentration shit.
I'm doing it for the advantage because I want to sharpshoot or something.
Cool.
So
I just want to make sure you're not like wasting your spell slots.
No, you're okay. I also doesn't the movement go until the end of that turn? So I do need to do that for the movement.
Oh yeah, sir.
So I am going to. The most hurt looking one is the one that Petunia attacked, right?
Yes.
All right, that was my instinct anyway. I'm going to advantage sharpshooter attack it. So it'll be +6 to these d20s as my whirling arrow of wind fires out. That is a 23 to hit, dealing 2d8 plus 18 points of damage, which is going to be 30 points of damage, 7 plus 5 plus 18.
All right.
On my first attack, blasting into it. Second attack, no sharpshooter. All of these attacks have 150-foot range, by the way, because of sharpshooter. So I can kite things forever here.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to be... that is my first bad roll. That is a 16 to hit.
No.
So that is not able to connect. That is my turn. I will plant myself right there, and I will just kind of coldly turn my head over to make eye contact, face contact with the Warforged over to my left.
All right.
As I shot its friend.
Good to know. After your turn, we have a friend. After your turn, we have the friend that is hanging out here, which is going to step up and then do a smack on Petunia at a natural 1. The second attack is a 23, which I believe hits.
Silvery barbs.
Reroll.
And was that disadvantage?
Yep, it has to re-roll, and then I get to give someone advantage, which
Well, good choice because the second roll was a 10.
cool.
A 10 hits. No, I'm just kidding.
I know a 10
Imagine.
doesn't hit. I've seen your AC.
Imagine.
I would be so angry. And I'll take the advantage for myself.
All right.
Classic.
Speaking of yourself, Javier, you're up.
Okay.
Magic.
Melee attack, green flame blade.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack. Now, this is one guy that hasn't taken much damage, but this is the guy that you experimented with fire on, and you found
23.
out that he doesn't like fire. Yeah, that hits.
That is only 2 flame damage, but question. The rule for green flame blade is if I hit, I can then do another 1d8 plus 4 to a target within 5 feet of that creature.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that damage to the guy behind him.
I was worried
Sounds good to me.
you were gonna do that damage to Petunia there for a second. So thanks, buddy.
Can you fucking imagine? Just
So
I
that
can.
one takes
I can.
That one takes 5 flame damage, and then
Alright.
I am going to bonus action regular attack. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. That misses with a 10.
Rip.
And that's my turn.
All right. So, and with the end of your turn, there is one more boy that needs to go. And I have good news and bad news.
Let's start with the bad news.
Yeah, the bad news you do get first. This boy comes up here to hang with his buds.
What?
No, don't like when they're congregating.
And as all this happens,
No.
you see these two kind of start to
Merge.
shake and vibrate
Fuck.
Oh, they're Voltroning.
as they merge.
No.
Is this?
Yes. The good news is that it only got to grow once because you killed one before they could congregate. The bad news is that this guy's here now.
All right, so it's a little bit bigger.
Is it still technically it moved out of my range, right?
So it's not that the creatures moved, it is that they were sucked. Unfortunately, this would not provoke an attack of opportunity. And the nice thing is, it does get to that is its turn. It can't do anything. The round it merges. As the creation forge kind of like splits open as more gears come flying out and everything starts to frost together.
That's all right. Action economy. There's only one of them. We got this.
I don't like this. I do not like this.
Yeah, right. And it
I
goes ahead
will-
and rolls its initiative. Okay, back to the top. Ellison, you have watched a lot happen. You've watched a lot happen.
Yeah, I had plans and then they changed, and then I had plans and then it changed again. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to okay, just for clarification, because of how the token is, this is considered its space, right? Because
Yes, it is a 3x3 square.
Okay. Just making sure before I move. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm going to does Petunia have a shield or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Haldir does, though.
Oh yeah, she does have a little teeny shield. There's a little wood shield.
Okay,
That's
that probably
adorable.
won't work. Haldir also doesn't
Adorable.
have one. I was wanting to parkour off with so much shield, but it's okay.
I mean, you can parkour off of Halvir's back. It's not like he's a small person. He's a pretty big Eladrin.
Let's do that then for flavor. I think we make eye contact, and there's some. We're not related, but there's some Fae connection going on there, some Eladrin connection. And I will run, and I'm essentially coming up here, and I will step off of Halvir's back and kind of flip up and come down with my daggers. I can roll acrobatics if you like.
Roll acrobatics for cool, but either way, you get to do it.
30 flat on acrobatics.
It's super fucking cool.
She's really good at acrobatics. I'm gonna roll that same die for the attack because it's treating me nicely. I'm guessing this thing's AC is higher. 21.
That'll hit. Full disclosure, when it comes to evading attacks, it's actually less good, but when it comes to withstanding attacks, it's more good. AC doesn't change. It's slower, but it's hardier.
Very low amount of damage for me. 18 total.
All right, cool.
And
anything else for you?
Yeah, as I slam my daggers down into its shoulder, I will face step away. Out to
Adrin be teleporting.
Down here.
Zoop, zoop,
And he
zoop.
needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
All
Oh
right.
my god. Wait, if this is what I remember it to be, this could be hilarious.
That's a 15.
Let me do the math real quick. It's 8 plus proficiency. He may have passed. He just passes.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
as I teleport, ice flares out from it. Yeah, it was a frightened effect, but oh well, that's fine. That is my turn. I just appear again. Frost pulls across the ground. If it
If
wasn't
it makes you
already
feel
there.
any better, it is actually immune to frightened, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
I thought it might be, but I wanted to give it a shot.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot. As your turn ends, it kind of lets out a large earth-shattering roar. I need all of you to make a Constitution save as the snow around it kicks up into a whirlwind.
Oof.
17.
Okay.
That is a 14.
14.
18.
All right. 2 of you pass, 2 of you fail. As this thing whips the snow up into a frenzy, and you can feel the deep, deep cold setting in. That's a lot of 6s. As those of you who passed, those of you who rolled above a 15, take 40 points of cold damage.
40?
Above a 15?
That was the half.
Yeah. Sorry, below 15. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Below 15,
Okay.
40 points. Above a
Okay.
15, I'm so sorry. Above a 15, 20 points.
Giving me the
I'm
big
so sorry.
Party down.
I absorb elements, drop it to 20.
All right.
Dampen. I am wearing a ring of cold resist, and
So 20.
and I am
Let's go.
gonna shoot as my nature cleric. I can, as a reaction, dampen elements. So I'm going to kind of reach my hand out to Halvir and dampen the elements cold resist for him as well. So 20
All right, and you
for
can do
all
that,
of
and you
us.
can do that at 10-foot range.
Within 30 feet.
That's
Beautiful.
awesome.
All right, so I believe Ellison takes like fucking 5 or something.
Alvier
Yeah,
takes
save on
10
rogue.
after that.
Yeah. Beautiful. So y'all can do your own math. Not save 40 with save 20. Whatever else happens after that is up to you. Well done. A+. Amazing reaction.
Don't like it.
Petunia. Hit you.
Okay. DM.
Yeah.
I am a dumb person who has only played D&D for 10 years and so doesn't understand the rules. Do I get the feeling that a Warforged is animated by magic, or this one is animated by magic, or it's like, do I understand that a Warforged is just mechanical, or is there a magic element to this?
So Warforged is a combination of mechanical, magic, and pure sentience. It's everything. What's the like?
I want to know if I can
What's the
cast
root of this
Dispel
question?
magic on it.
No.
Fuck.
It's
Yeah,
a
no,
first
that,
level spell. Then if you're
Yeah,
No,
that-
I was
that
going to
unfortunately would
upcast
not
it as a
work.
4th level, but that's
Mm.
fine. And it's not a beast.
no. This is technically a construct,
Then I am
but it's a bit
going
special
to-
because it has like elemental
that's
energy,
fair.
like
fair.
extraplanar energy, and magic.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I am going to, as everybody, huddle up. We gotta replan. This shit ain't good, y'all. I am going to, as I try and give orders, I am going to.
Should we focus fire on the crystals to try and stop the forge?
Yeah, but I can't really do much damage. What I can do is keep everybody alive. I am going to cast aid at 4th level, everybody gets everybody?
Up
Yeah,
to 3 creatures.
But you're up, if
Everybody
you're upcasting
else
it.
gets 15 hit points.
Whoa.
And
And-
aid is it increases max, right?
It increases your
temp
max.
HP.
was it
No,
not?
I think aid is
What?
increases for
Yeah.
up to 8 hours.
Whoa.
Which means you could be
that's-
healed up to that.
That's right.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
I'm really trying to do something good here. Okay, and then for spells, I guess I could still do a cantrip. So I am just going to produce flame again. That's going okay. And let's see. You said shoot it at the crystal. All right, and I'm just gonna channel
See what
my
happens.
Lahar grumpy face because that seems to do extra damage. I'm not sure like what the tie-in is for that. And that's a 24 against the crystal.
Yeah, it hits the crystal like 3 times.
Great, love to hear that. And that's gonna be 8 plus 5, 13. 13 points of fire damage against the crystal.
See, the nice thing is the crystal is made of ice. So
Pew, pew, pew.
fire definitely really hurts as the
Great.
crystal shatters.
Love to see it. Yes.
And as the crystal shatters,
No.
his heart grows 3 sizes smaller.
Oh. All right.
as this crystal shatters, he looks real sad.
No,
There's
don't.
gonna be a green
Don't be sad.
circle here.
Turkey leg. Don't be sad.
If the wait, is the robot actually looking sad? Like, is this an emotional moment we're having?
No, it's just looking smaller.
Okay.
That'll be it for me.
It's actually looking more angry than anything else.
Oh shit.
And with that, Petunia, if you are done, we'll go ahead and move to Lahar.
All right.
I'm done.
It seems like that clearly made a difference, so I'm just going to say, Petunia, you're a genius. So, for my build damage, whatever nerds out there, I used a 2nd level absorb elements to suck up that ice damage, extra 2d6 to that attack. This would normally be ice damage, but as a Horizon Walker Ranger, I can use a bonus action Planar Warrior, making all damage I deal force damage from this attack. So there's just going to be an extra this. I'm going to favorite foe the crystal, adding another d6. I'm not going to sharpshooter because I want this attack to hit, and I'm just going to fire my arrow at it. This is going to be a 24 to hit the crystal.
Silvery barbs.
Oh no!
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
24 to hit the crystal. 1d8 plus 3d6, 8, 13, 18, 20 plus 8, 28 points of force damage from my first.
Well, it had 25.
Okay. If I may.
So,
Yes.
absolutely flavor your shatter.
Lahar thinks back to the moment when they got these horrible powers half in, half out of the material plane. But in this moment, it decides to embrace them. They run not away, as they often do, but towards the crystal. Their tattoos glowing. As they step, they start glowing with this blue ethereal energy. They themselves flickering as if they are going in and out of the world. The arrow flickers with the same energy, and this piercing line of energy that echoes through the room, blasts through the crystal, shattering it.
And with that, this guy shrinks a little bit more. And Halvir,
Mm.
it is your turn. It is now back to the size of a very small. Well, it looks small comparatively. An average size Warforged, whose like pulsating icy glow is starting to be a little bit more subdued, a little bit more
Cool.
not relaxed,
Hey.
but tired.
So opening shot in the attack, green flame blade.
All right.
18 for a 20. Rolled 18 plus 8, 26.
Yeah.
That is going to be 1 fire damage. Bonus action. Smack.
Smack.
For a 19.
Yeah.
For 10 slashing damage, and then action surge.
Yes.
To smack it again with green flame blade for another 19
Mm-hmm.
for 8 fire damage,
All right.
and then a 4th and final smack that misses. Never mind.
All right. So you go ahead and wail on this thing, and you can see the cracks in its build are starting to open up a little bit more. And at the end of this massive flurry of attacks, it kind of like stops for a second and it looks up at you, or down at you, or whatever the fuck. And it's step away from 2 minutes and it's tiny. And it looks at you, and its eyes kind of flash a bit of a brighter blue for a moment. It says, so this place is still protected. Perhaps next time then. And it steps back toward the rapidly closing portal.
I'm gonna hit it as soon as it's getting out of my
I
range.
also technically, I have another. I only made 1 attack because I didn't want to cut off what Halvir was doing. I technically have another shot.
Anyone who wants to, go nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is fleeing through the portal. Go for it.
I'm using Warcaster to hit it with green flame blade.
All right.
I'll throw a dagger.
That is a dirty 20
Uh-huh.
for 4 more fire damage.
All right.
Wait. Oh,
I can also cast.
Sorry, Storyteller. Can I retcon?
Yeah.
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, bitch. You're not going anywhere.
Nice.
All right. So let's go ahead and resolve that first, because it might give Sarah some more like things like advantage and stuff like that.
If it doesn't move out of my space, I'm not going to be able to opportunity attack it.
All right. What's the deal with good old Maxie?
Strength 15.
It does make that with an 18.
Okay, but it still takes half of 2d6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right.
4 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And since it is able to move out, I'm gonna do I hit it for 23. I hit like a 23 hits.
Yeah.
For 14 more points of fire damage.
Okay.
And Lahar's attack from the previous round was a 19 to hit for 22 points of damage because I sharpshootered.
Y'all.
Come on, Anna,
Lahar,
pile on. What do you got?
I need you to flavor your kill, because that was exactly what you needed.
It just walked away and we just went boom, boom, boom. It just like smacked the hell out of it.
If everyone was allowed to throw, I rolled a natural 20 on that.
Let's go!
I think my
Roll the damage! Roll the damage!
It's 39 total.
Yes.
My dagger's
Give
coming in
Allison the
right
killing
behind
blow.
the arrow.
She deserves it.
Absolutely.
No,
the princess
arrow,
always
I think
wins.
arrow and dagger hits together at the same time, point to point, piercing in.
Amazing.
Flavor your decapitation together, I guess.
I think it's that. Like, I loosen up the joints for your dagger to do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like jabs in, the dagger comes in and splits it, and like using
now
a
it's fucking
wedge
dead.
cutting wood.
And in response to it being dead, Lahar is going to let their mechanical bow like fold up again and say, "You should know that here in Sharn, we are pretty fucking used to the cold." And then they start walking away. I don't know where I'm going.
Halvir's gonna walk up, pick up the creature, the Warforged's head, and look at the I'm guessing the closing portal,
Yep.
and he just holds the head in one hand, looks
Don't
at the
do this.
portal,
Don't do this. This is a bad idea.
eye-
shrugs
eyes
and just
blink at
tucks
you.
the head through.
No.
The eyes blink at you as you kind of examine it.
Huh.
And then it's chucked through the portal as it zips closed. The blue lightning and energy now dull and gray, like everything else down here. And you have successfully managed to identify and put a stop to this shit that has been messing with the streets of Sharn. For the sake of brevity, we will say that you are able to make it back up with the assistance of Belcourt, who is able to, in between her falcon's mouthfuls of rat, assist you back up to the surface. They will not come outside the sewers with you. They apparently have a job to do later tonight.
Is the Falcon named 8 now?
No, it's still 7.
But the rat is definitely the one that Petunia was talking to earlier.
Oh
wasn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
I would offer him 100 platinum to tell us why the Falcon is named 7.
Look, I'll tell you the Falcon is named 7 later. But you are able to make your way back up to the overworld. Ellison, you are able to get yourself in a nice, hot, like steamy bath. Like wash the day off you. You are able to bring the client down, or at least point them down to where they will find the proof and remnants of this portal. The Creation Forge is by no means ruined or broken, but at least you know it exists now. And what comes of that, who knows? But you have all survived the frosts of Sharn. This has been super, super fun. Thank you all for joining us. I'm just going to have everyone go ahead and do their outros, and then we have some announcements to make as far as the next the next 7 days of one shots that we've got going on. But first, let's go ahead and do a little bit of outroing. Hi, I'm Jen, pronouns she, they. I have been your GM for tonight's Frosts of Sharn game. I'm a fairly boring person, aside from being the director of IT for Girls Run These Worlds. I mostly just sit here and roll dice and cry about my characters. We're going to go ahead and go in reverse order from what we did just now. So let's go ahead and start with Julie.
Hi. Thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Could not have asked for a more fun first group, more fun first game with Girls Run These Worlds. I'm going to be in another game with them on Monday at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, run by Amber in the Ink system, which is a very new system that we're very excited to spotlight. You can follow me at JulieCL, JULICIEL, or capital I on Twitter. I am a streamer. I am very nomadic with where I play and run games. Roll D5 is a big one, and you can also check out the Realm Tree audio series, the audio series I co-created and co-wrote that has won awards, featuring actors from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Genshin Impact, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Anywhere where you find your podcast, the Realm Tree. Check it out if you want.
All right, Anna, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Desk Bunny most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you find me on Twitter at Archival Desk Bun. I stream all over the place. I barely sleep. Most of my stuff is on hiatus, but if you want to find me other places, you can find me over on Black Feather Guild on Tuesday nights for Champions of the Fae Season 2. It's a new party with the new season. We're diving deeper into Fae politics. A lot of fun shenanigans and very interesting combat styles. So if you like anything to do with the Feywild, go and check that out. This Wednesday night, you can find me back here with Tales from the Loop. We're going to be solving a murder. It's going to be great. We've gone over the characters. They're an interesting bunch. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot like the game was tonight, I think. Every other Saturday, you can find me on Dexar19's channel with Dragon Riders of Aome, our quest actual play. following a bunch of young dragon riders who are exploring the surface world for the first time with their dragons. It's equal parts wholesome and adventurous. We just have a lot of fun. If you know Anne from this channel, also in that game, check it out. First Sunday of every month, you can find me on Thorny Dryad's channel with You Force Inheritance, our Masks actual play. A wonderful cast of players over there. I play a protege who has far too much responsibility on her shoulders. Last episode was a good episode to jump into. Episode 4, very tense if you like drama and romance with your teen superheroes. Check it out. And of course, if sci-fi or podcasts are more your thing, you find me on Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast, following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up at the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have sci-fi feels, a narrative first giant mech battles, roleplay focused characters. We've been described by fans as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if any of that sounds interesting, or you like radio drama or old war stories, check us out anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. And keep an eye on my Twitter because I will be casting for a new podcast next year. So if you like Digimon, keep an eye out for that. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, that's it. All right, Zab, tell us about you.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. I played your less magical than expected Eldritch Knight. Um, you can find me on Twitter at Vukari Gaming 30K, where I alternate between talking about the projects that I want to be doing in tabletop role-playing space and talking about Warhammer because I like it. Plastic models make me go happy. I'm not really doing any streaming right now, but I have 2 projects in the works for next month. One set in the world of The Expanse, as created by James S.A. Corey, and one in Matthew Mercer's Exandria, both of which I'm very excited for.
Wiggle wiggle. Sarah. Hi. Tell me about you.
Hi, peace, everybody. My name is Sarah. I have been playing Petunia Peelbottom, the little halfling cleric. And I am the CEO here at Girls Run These Worlds. And I am doing all kinds of stuff. You can find me tomorrow at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. my time, 1 p.m. Eastern on the All Directors, All Kobolds game with guest GM Lauren Oboe. Jen will be there. Mo, Angela, Mikayla, Ryu, and Darcy, all 7 of us have to be shepherded by that particular person. Lauren, good luck. F in the chat already. You can find us. And then tomorrow night, I'll be producing the Morkborg Hanukkah special. Here we have some giveaways. So do be a part of that. We are running 14 more one-shots throughout the next 7 days. And many of them have giveaways, and publishers are connecting with us as the ads have gone out. So more giveaways possible. So you're gonna want to stick around for those. Hit follow, and especially hit follow on YouTube. We are always trying to pay our creators a little bit more. So if you could hit follow on YouTube, that would really help us to hit that monetization goal, which is 1,000 subscribers. Subscriptions don't cost money over there. And then Sunday, you can watch me where I am the DM on Phandalin by Night over on Vancouver by Night at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And that's where I will be. And thank you to Jen for such a wonderful one shot. We had so much fun, and you put so much good flavor in this. So thank you to Jen. If you would like to run a game here on Girls Run These Worlds, the creator app is open to anybody. So fill it out. It's our pinned post in Twitter, and we are actively recruiting stuff. I think we're kind of full until March, but we're looking at stuff for April, May, and June. So hit that creator app. Any system, any rules, be as detailed as you want to be. We are looking for great stories to tell.
I think what Sarah's saying is come fill up our 2023. We want you to tell stories with us.
It's true.
Come fill up our calendar.
Yeah.
But until then, thank you all so much for joining us. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Oops All Directors / Oops All Kobolds. That Morkborg stream tomorrow evening. It will be an absolute blast. And we are going to be having 2 games a day, one in the early afternoon, one in the evening, up through the 23rd, culminating in I Saw Mommy Kissing an Ancient Red Dragon, which is going to be an amazing time. So keep an eye on our Twitter, hit that follow button on here, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Help us pay our cast, help us pay our GMs, and have a wonderful holiday season. Don't forget to drink water, take your meds.
We are going to go raid. We are going to go raid Waffles Maple Syrup. They are playing Etheria,
Yes!
and they are playing in the Alchemy system, which is, I'm just going to say it, the most fucking beautiful virtual tabletop that's out there right now. Alchemy is just gorgeous. So everybody stick around, hit their name to transfer the viewers over to them. Thank you all. We will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.